It is the best in the world at the biggest stage in the world of car racing. It's really NASCAR Cup Series racing from Daytona, the Coke Zero Sugar 400. Final race of the regular season, meaning the final opportunity for someone to join this list, or for those that are on it already to stay on it. Ryan Blaney, Martin Truex Jr., the only two drivers that are still able to get in based on points, but a win could advance 13 drivers and lock them into the playoffs. Cars are rolling around the track already. Pre-race ceremonies have taken place, and want to take a look at this morning's Coke Zero Sugar starting grid. That will go on the left side of the screen. Hendrick Motorsports drivers making up row number one. Let's bring in Dale Earnhardt Jr., Jeff Burton, both drivers that have won at this racetrack, this famed hallowed ground here at Daytona International Speedway. Guys, we know that things get aggressive at the end of the race, but Junior, are we going to see that throughout the entire race?
Well, we've seen it here before. We saw it in the Xfinity race this week.
Hold on, I got my breakfast.
We've seen it in the past at Daytona and Talladega. This year, with this car, every time they came to the finish line, we've had cars crashing at the end of these races. We just don't know really how they're going to race in stage one, stage two. Will that intensity be there the entire day? At Talladega it was. I was really shocked with how
So, public service announcement. We don't get CNBC, so we're watching on Peacock. So I'm probably going to be behind again. Yeah, I'm watching the race on Peacock, so I got to hide my leaderboard from me. My phone is fully charged. Let me get this thing up so I can see your comments.
How do you race this race? Do you go
Stenhouse and Busher.
Do you ride back a little bit? I think
Yeah.
this is a very difficult decision for Ryan.
Well, yeah, that's my bets. My actual winner would be Bubba or Blaney. They were my parlays, but my Xfinity race killed my parlays. So I had Noah for one parlay and Justin Haley for another.
We're 14 hours later. How different is it calling the race now in the morning?
Well, when the lights come on, the grip goes up. So last night this racetrack would have had a ton of grips. Just how fast can you set your car up to be overall
Get my
speed is
phone
what
off the
matters.
goddamn Wi-Fi. YouTube, will you show me my fucking stream? I get so goddamn tired of this.
In the middle of the summer, we have never done that with this.
Coming to the green, I'm sitting here trying to get my fucking stream
It
up.
was cooler. There was grip. We're now 25 races later.
I got a bad feeling about this race. I don't know when it's going to finish, but I think it's going to get messy. And that's where it's coming from. It will rain here in a bit. Question is, how much more does it rain the rest of the day?
Morning Sunday race from a Saturday night race.
There we
Did
go.
that affect the 47, Parker Kligerman? It seemed like they were on pit road a little
I
bit
got my
longer.
pancake with my sugar-free syrup and my bacon.
Because his radio wasn't working. So what they do, they change
Well,
the entire radio.
usually the qualifying races in February happen at night and it's cold, so
That works. He came on the radio.
very easy to pass, very grippy.
Win this race and get in the playoffs.
Better race.
Probably a better race, less handling issues. I don't know. I think I don't think it changes how many wrecks you'll see, but there's less handling
You run
issues.
that on fuel, not an issue. Then 60 laps, and then another stage of
They ain't
65
gonna
laps.
get through 60.
You win though just shy
You might
of
get
50.
through
So pit
35.
stops
You
in
ain't
both
gonna get
stages.
through
I just don't want them to get halfway and have to call it. I'm all or nothing.
They gotta get through 60 laps.
I want to see this entire race, even if we have to wait 4 or 5, 6 hours or more to see the rest.
For the final race of the regular season champion already decided.
Day race at Daytona is it February? Look at the TV and tell me you don't feel like it's February.
There's a Rainbow 24 car in the field. What year
How
is
will
it?
he do in this one? He's won the most
Bacon.
races.
That's what I'm munching on.
Underway, and
Wish that sun would stay out.
has jumped out to an early lead. A lot of pushing and shoving to try to get up to the front, and track position key here at Daytona.
Maybe I'm being picky. I don't really like chasing cars.
I like it.
Oh,
2-car push from Logano to Elliott.
Has that outside line slide
Larson loses the lead in turn 2.
that momentum going
To his teammate, he ran off the road last week.
It's all bumper. First 4 cars working well together.
Oh, they look so smooth.
This is a 10 a.m. wake-up call.
I think you come into this race expecting we're only going to go to halfway.
No better way to wake up.
Yeah. 10
For
o'clock in
decades
the
they
morning.
ran
I'm
this
sure,
race.
everybody here's ready.
You got over here quick.
A lot of learning going on right now. There was
I messaged Dylan and said the race is starting, and then 2 seconds later he walked in the door, and I was like, oh, hey.
drivers trying to
Chase Elliott leads lap 1.
and when it doesn't do well.
This track was repaved years ago, had a lot of
And this
grip,
bacon is
really
delicious.
haven't had any issues with handling, especially running the race at night. But in the Xfinity
Michael
race,
McDowell,
the
top
drivers
5
were
again.
racing out,
Larson.
the cars being very, very loose. We had a lot of guys spin out without contact.
I think you're seeing the effects of a cooler racetrack. The bottom is the dominant line. That tends to happen when the track's cooler.
I love what I'll go race. Do these guys not realize the bottom is faster? The shorter way around the track.
Take a good look. This is the first time Daytona's been dry in several days. The track, anyway.
See, now Logano's got that thing pinned on the bottom much better, not giving Christopher Bell a place to go.
About the first 8 cars on the single file line on the inside. Then you got
I have a friend that lives near the track. I go to the Kiss Cruise with her. And I said last night, I was saying, I can't wait to get up and watch 8 hours of rain covers tomorrow. She goes, yeah, I drove by the track just now. It's fucking pouring. She's not a NASCAR fan. She hates it because it causes traffic around her house.
Oh, yeah, I bet down there.
So she doesn't hate NASCAR, but
At least it's not a noise complaint.
she said she hopes they get this fucking race in so when she comes home from work tonight, she doesn't have to deal with traffic. What the hell's that camera? Somebody slip an extra visor over Suarez? I ain't had a pancake in a long time. The sugar-free syrup is okay.
It tastes weird, don't it?
A little bit. You could tell it's sugar-free syrup.
Really weird.
Right now, the 22
But
Joey Logano pushing
the consistency gives you the sensation that you're eating regular syrup. You know what I mean? But the taste is there. Yeah, pretty much. Whoa, 2-car tandem. Suarez, Larson.
Can you lock bumpers in Cup?
Oh, yeah, you can do whatever you want in Cup. They don't care. These cars,
They say in Xfinity they don't want to because it's dangerous, right?
they don't want them to because they don't want the 2-car tandem. And the Xfinity cars can tandem perfectly because the bumper and front ends match up. These don't because the rear bumpers are kind of rounded off. Yeah. So in Cup, you can push as long as you want. Your car's going to run hot and you ain't going to be able to stay hooked up. But with the Xfinity cars, you can glue together.
Stay locked up. So the inlet to the radiators is the same location, but the other little nuance is it's also the inlet to the engine. So when you pull up really, really tight, you actually start to lose a little horsepower.
Who's in my stream? I know there's only one of you.
Bush, we talk about agendas and strategies. I think this is a
Kyle Busch, go to the rear.
You gentlemen, go ahead.
Park to 18. He's not trying hard enough.
With the draft, he has no
He is violating the NASCAR 100% rule.
He just doesn't see the reason to have the
That's a rule, by the way.
That's all air, right? As you pull up into that wake,
Well,
you know the air pressure goes away.
it's supposed to be a rule.
There it is again.
Ooh.
That was almost
For the record,
damage.
Suarez has caused a big wreck on Super Speedway before.
That was almost enough to cave Suarez.
Really often don't send you anywhere.
Talladega in the fall of 2017, Suarez wrecked what was left of the field, except for like Dale Jr. and a few other cars. Drop the hammer, Jr. said it.
Driving both cars in the right direction. If you
They
go
said
there
the way
for
that these
somebody,
cars are, you
both
can't
cars
lock
just
together
kinda
because
You
if
can't.
you do, you lose
doesn't really send the
horsepower.
guy out front anywhere.
Down a straightaway, though, you can push off into a corner and gain a lot of speed.
Be a good car to be leading. He might be a good pushing car, but that high line is
Just-
not moving at all.
Actually
Now
have a
they're
decent game
6,
with
7,
this
8
car.
car lengths back.
I never got to drive one yet.
Is a good car as far as speed. It's just sometimes the bottom lane works better than.
Got to get a Nintendo Switch and get NASCAR Rivals,
As soon as they drop the green flag, there's a lot.
which is another reskin of Heat 5, so you know it'll be all right.
The energy changes. You see now, as they enter the corner, you see a little bit.
Which is why they're just going to fucking take those and dump them into Heat 5, which I think is great.
But kind of maintain part of the racetrack, but then gain some advantages
Truex
than
running
others,
up
and then
here.
just
Truex kind of has
get
to.
yourself back to the front.
He caught a break with Kurt Busch just bowing out.
Yeah.
See the telemetry up to
Which I really,
190
really
miles an
respect
hour
Kurt.
for Larson,
Yeah.
leading that outside line.
You miss one race in that first round, you're out anyway, so.
Logano second in line on the inside.
Doing what's good for
Following
him,
Chase
doing
Elliott, Logano, big news this last week. He signed
God, that
a
outside
multi.
8 cars, single file on the bottom, 9. Well, yeah, 9. William Byron's tucked up there. Larson's on that outside line, but the outside line's going nowhere. There's my snake.
Deals as we ride along in the advanced auto.
We got some 3 wide in the middle, way further back.
They got a line on the top there forming out on 3 wide
Oh,
here.
31's ugly.
That should slow everybody.
Can that
down.
rain just fuck off? Look how beautiful it is on the left side of the track from this camera view. Good crowd come back today, even though they know it's about to rain.
Shot so cool right there, looking through the.
Our dumbasses would be out there right now.
Looking
Yeah.
forward.
We would be.
I would have been out there at 9 o'clock looking at diecast.
Yeah.
See how much
That's true.
is out of the gas right here. You know, a little bit of
Dude, I have so many hours this week. I'm like, I won't feel bad about buying shit at Darlington now because I got to work like every fucking day this week.
handling would be.
I got to text my boss later and be reminded because I didn't take a picture of the schedule.
So many of the new win cars
Yeah, that's
from last
Steve, and you
year.
can see,
Mhm.
oh, look at
Oh! Busher, Larson, Ty Dillon almost wrecked. They were 4 wide. Alex Bowman was on the outside. Larson, I saw smoke.
He's Chris in the draft. There's not
And I don't mean Tony Stewart.
I say Christopher. No time for it.
Well, Ryan Blaney, we talked about him at the start of the show.
Look at Kyle sitting right behind all of
We had our first near big one of the day.
You know he's nervous right
And
now.
he's in the
I don't think we're going to learn anything from the first 35 laps, because I know for a fact that Bubba, Stenhouse, Busher, and Kozlowski, and Ty Dillon are going to be factors in this race. And Almirola, too. Those are all the best super speedway guys running in the back that I can think of.
Right? So he lifts, weighs everybody by.
That's what I'm wondering. This is his style. This is his race. And if Brad, will he pass his teammate / owned car to get himself in? Do you think he'll push? I wonder if he'd pick Busher over himself.
Getting a driver into the playoffs.
Yeah, maybe he's realistic because Busher's been faster than him all year.
Get my driver into the playoffs.
Busher has been faster than Brad.
That's plenty of money. Guaranteed playoffs. Yep, that's enough to sell.
So I think Brad would probably pick Busher over himself. Am I crazy for thinking that? Because as an owner, he's like 17's been faster than the 6 all year. Busher's shown he's capable of winning this year. He's come close a couple times. Oh, yeah, put it out. Coming through, too, there's a lot of rain.
10 laps.
Half bucket, they made it through. Let's see what it's like next time they come through turns 2.
He had enough on that third lane. Kind of letting everybody go. Going to get in line. It's a fight to the bottom.
It's going to rain. It's already starting to drizzle over turn 2. We're 10 laps in. They're going to come back for commercial and be under caution. But for now, the top 5's Elliott, Logano, Bell, Harvick, McDowell. I'm watching the race on Peacock because I don't get CNBC. Well, I get CNBC, but I don't want to watch it in the quality of a JPEG. So I am on Peacock. And it's probably behind everybody. Streaming services are always a little behind. Now, if you'll excuse me, I'm going to go see if there's any bacon left. Bacon. That was a greasy piece of bacon, dude. Bacon. I could have drank that bacon. I could have put a straw. What up, Earl? You got here just in time to watch the red flag coverage here in a little bit. That was some good bacon. That's the first time I've ever streamed a NASCAR race while watching bacon. While eating bacon. You ever watch bacon? Bacon is my favorite show. I messaged my buddy Anthony, who comes over to hang out, and I said the race is starting, but it's going to rain, so he'll get to see, you know, what he wants to see of this race. He's not as diehard as we are anyway. I slept pretty good. Could have slept longer, though, dude. I slept till my alarm, and that means I'm sleeping. Well, my alarm actually wakes me up. What do you mean red flag for what? It's going to rain. It's going to rain all fucking day here.
Dude, when Aaron Donald swung that helmet, he nearly crushed it. He nearly flattened that fucking helmet. That's crazy.
If this first group of showers breaks up, they got a shot to get to halfway. Maybe a little beyond. Green flag's still out right now. They're on commercial. The best part about watching on Peacock, I don't have to remember to mute during commercials. Actually, yeah, dude, there's Peacock music. ASMR music. There was raindrops off of 2 right before they went to commercial. And we're back to the Coke Zero Sugar 4. We've made it 14 fucking laps. Still green. Still single filed up on the bottom. Cooler racetrack. The bottom's going to be the dominant line. Blaney and Hamlin are working the outside pretty good. They're up in the top 10.
All you have to do is visit NASCAR.com/driver. You can download the NASCAR mobile app.
Oh, Larson jumped out of line. Larson got a tire going down. Larson's got a tire going down. Oh no, he's talking about his temps. I thought he was like, I thought it was going down. That's why he jumped out of line. I think Larson's blowing up.
Some sort of issue. Looks like there's some
smoke out of the side pops.
Right there. So
Chase Elliott's going, ha ha.
Okay, so water's going down.
Look at that, it's raining.
The grill or
Dude, it's fucking pouring on the front stretch.
not in an area where the water's leaving the vehicle, right?
Steve, and they're coming directly to pit.
It's pouring on the front stretch. You can see it on the camera. They're looking at Larson's pit box. They're not throwing the yellow yet. How many laps do you want to run? Is it really worth it to you? Good thing most of the field's single file, but damn, that looked pretty bad on the front stretch there on pit road. It was raining. NASCAR's like, come on, we can get to the end of stage 1. We got like 19 to go.
Trying to push the 5 car, and he just got drugged to the back, trying to keep from being in a wreck. And now look how far behind he is.
Sun's out in 3 and 4, but it's raining on the front stretch. Watch them when they come through the tri-oval, man. I'm telling you, I'm nervous.
That they don't come all the way back around and lap him. There's really nothing he can do to stay wide open in the gas and hope.
Eric Jones leading the top line. They're up to about 6th place. It's not raining in 1 and 2 now. It's just raining on the front. It's like that rain went that way, and now it's like over the front stretch. Because I didn't see any new drops on Blaney's on board there. NASCAR's like, hang on. They got relaxed yellows turned on for this race. A Daytona race with relaxed yellows.
He then stuck to the bottom. That got him to about the top 15, and then as things settled down, he was one of the first cars back.
I'm glad I was validated for making sure I had today off, because I knew it was going to rain. Yeah. Now it don't look like it's raining on the front stretch. That shot of Cliff Daniels, it was pouring.
Over 17 or 27 weeks comes down to one race for Bubba Wallace, but he told me before the race we should be
Another rain-shortened race.
We've given away so many races this year.
Yeah, it pissed people off.
If it's rain shortened, I hope Bubba wins.
Big push down the bat. Logano's going to take this run. Oh, he didn't. When I see Logano going to run like that, I'm like, he's going to take it. He stayed behind Elliott.
If you look on the inside line, though, back in the 6th position now is the red and black number 19 of Martin Truex Jr. Remember, 2 surefire ways to make to the playoffs, end the day with more points than Ryan Blaney, or win the race. Both tall tasks here, but Truex for his part.
Well, there are no new winners in the top 4, but we got McDowell and Eric Jones and Custer in the top 10.
So is Austin Hill going to sweep Daytona?
12 of Ryan Blaney right there.
Whenever he's in the 9.
Could almost reach out and touch the 19.
Probably. You put a guy like Austin Hill in a 9 in one of Junior's cars.
Junior talks like he loves him.
Look at this 11 car of Denny Hamlin. He was leading it. Eric Jones jumped up in front of him. So now Denny's going to have to try to push Eric forward, and they're making a little progress. You see very slowly.
Come on, Blaney.
I've yet to see this outside line get up there and actually battle, take the lead, be able to move forward to take the lead. Not enough momentum just yet to really trust it. So a lot of guys are watching this.
I wonder what happened to Cindric.
A lot of guys are still weary about.
Yeah, well, they didn't even talk about why Cindric jumped out of line. Larson's in the garage. He's probably happy to be out of this race, Kyle Larson. I guarantee he's happy.
He's giving Chase a free win.
He fucking hates Daytona.
Paying Chase back from last year.
I bet Larson's like, oh, man, we blew up. That sucks, but I guarantee he's, like, happy. He didn't want to be in this race. Larson blew up on purpose. He hates Daytona so much. Look at that outside coming there. Eric Jones and Denny Hale. Logano got loose in the middle of 3 and 4. Push from Bell. Logano was almost sideways. Outside lines there. They are up to 2nd with Eric Jones. Who's not even playoff eligible. I thought Corey said he wasn't going to race this week.
Are you surprised Chase Elliott didn't jump out in front of him trying to block?
Maybe he had a sponsor.
Spotter for Joey just said rain's picking up, but I don't see any in 1 and 2 or down the backstretch. NASCAR's trying to get to the end of stage 1. They want to get stage 1 in at least. Eric Jones has the lead now. Jones could take the bottom if he wants. Take the bottom, Eric. Take the bottom. Ah, he didn't take the bottom. He stayed up top. He stayed with Hamlin.
Because if he pushed somebody on the left rear quarter panel, it can easily spin them out. If you push them on the right rear, it's much less likely, Dave, for them to go get spinning around.
And as fans know, the 43 car there on the outside.
We've made it 22 laps in. Another big push from Hamlin out of the Trovel pushing. That's always scary. Jones takes the lead again. Couldn't get to the bottom. Looked like he might have wanted to go to the bottom. Whole field's 2x2 now.
But patient when necessary. I'd say with the weather today, guys, let's be aggressive early.
Stage points really only, a playoff point only means something like Elliott, Logano, Hamlin, Blaney. The guys who haven't won, they don't give a shit. Yeah. I gotta go to commercial now. You better go side by side. You motherfuckers. The whole field's side by side. They're gonna come back and huge crash. Chase Elliott upside down and on fire. That pancake was all right, but it wasn't worth eating.
Like the second Darlington race is really gonna blow the first one out of the water.
Usually it does. The last few Southern 500s have been really good.
Now the guys all know what kind of setups they want.
The last 3 or 4 Southern 500s have been some of the best races every year. I couldn't believe that when they ran that shitty low horsepower high downforce at Darlington, it was always good there. I thought that would have been terrible for Darlington, but those cars actually raced pretty well. The race Eric Jones won there was with that. He won the Southern 500. He passed Kyle Busch late, and then Kyle Busch hit the wall trying to chase him back down. That race happened at like 2 in the morning because it fucking rained. It rained at Darlington, and there was a fucking tropical storm and hurricane on the way, so they were trying to get that race in at like 1 in the morning. And I'd been up for 24 hours, dude. I was fucking exhausted.
I love the detail in these cars, dude.
Yeah. I want more. But I hate how much they cost. That's why I keep trying to tell myself, get 164s. They're like 10, 15 bucks. Get 164s. So I'm like, nah, I like the big ones. I want the big ones.
Yeah, it ain't worth the 164s. It is, but not to just like buy a whole bunch of them.
Lewis Hamilton crash. Oh, yeah, the F1 race is on right now. It started like an hour ago.
Lewis Hamilton, right?
Yeah.
Awesome. I gotta see that.
We are on Peacock. I actually hid my computer from me because I know the streaming services are always behind. It is the end of August, pretty much. You know what I think? Every time I get to the end of a month, I made it another month at my job. Yay. I've been there since April 16th. Nobody's wrecked yet. I don't see yellow on my phone. Earl, what is your question? And we're back. Whole field still 2x2. Elliott leading. Logano second. Jones door-to-door with him. Bills and Rams. The Thursday after Darlington. Bills and Rams. Cowboys. Bucks and Cowboys on Sunday night. Yeah. I'll get Bristol tickets when I get my card this week. I'll have to just bite the bullet and do that.
With the help of Joey Logano, Elliott in the 9, Logano in the 20.
Oh, what a put. I'm worried about Bell causing a wreck. Whoa. Just as I say I'm worried about Bell, Hamlin almost turns Eric Jones in turn 3. Yeah, Chase would have been ahead of it. I've got bets on Buescher and Stenhouse. I don't see him anywhere near the front, and I'm fine with that. I don't think it will be, because I'm going to get him at like Monday or Tuesday when my card gets here. Bristol with the new car is going to be interesting. I don't think they'll be shifting. I think the center of the corner speeds are too high for them to be shifting at Bristol, but maybe I'm wrong. Look how not disappointed Larson is to be out of this race.
I didn't really have much of an indication.
Another push there almost ended poorly. That 20 car's going to wreck somebody. When did Brad drive the 25 car cup? 2009, part-time for Hendrick. Number 25, GoDaddy Chevy. It looks like it's raining again. Eric Jones led that lap. Look at that. Don't it look like it's raining?
Go race next week and get our playoffs started.
Okay, it's clear going off into 1 and 2. So
Take the bottom, Eric
The
Jones.
top 10 in the regular season points.
the sun is out.
Playoff points based upon where they are. So we know that Chase Elliott has won the regular season.
They're racing. Every lap we run, we're getting closer to halfway. And you know what that means. And you know it's going to rain today at some point. Question is, how long will they wait? Damn, a 3-car push and that outside. Jones, Hamlin, and Blaney cleared Elliott and Logano. They take the bottom. Go to the bottom, Blaney. I'm glad you can make moves from the outside. Talladega guys were pissed you couldn't get many runs on the outside. Daytona's different for some reason. Chris said Lewis Hamilton can only drive if nobody's around him. So he's like Ty Gibbs. He can only drive if nobody's around him. Ty Gibbs is the Lewis Hamilton of NASCAR. That's a compliment and a bad thing. Old Michael McDowell going to win another Daytona race.
Nice job of managing it. There's something about it he can kind of feel. And I think they're around these stage ends. 7 to go. You saw that.
We couldn't knock the church shows off of NBC today, so we put the race on CNBC.
Lost the draft when the 5 had their engine issue. Well, now he is only basically about 9 seconds.
Watching it in beautiful 4K.
Two things, guys. Bad for
Cindric tail into the lead lap. 6 to go in the stage this time. 1 Mississippi, 2 Mississippi, 3 Mississippi, 4. He's about 4.5 seconds ahead of the pack, but there's 6 to go, and they're going to get him about a second a lap at least. Outside line's faded back to about 7th now, but you got 3 new cars leading the front.
And Denny Hamlin in second there in the purple and white FedEx car, the number 11, 3-time Daytona 500 winner. And why has he been?
But he's never won the summer race.
Chief tells me he reacts to the situation instead of trying to control all the chaos all day long. I mean, you think about what Denny's done, starting 19th all the way up to this position.
Jones won this race in 2019. That was 2018 when Jones won.
What are you doing?
Bowman, oof. Jumped out of line, goes 3 wide, further back, and they're coming up on a lap car. Cindric gives the 2 leaders the bottom, 5 to go in the stage. Jones is the leader. Bowman has no choice but to help the 2 car now. Elliott and Logano swung up to the outside and take the lead. Oh, Hamlin! There it is! Bill Blaney, Harvick, Bell.
No.
Not as big as I thought it would have been. Blaney.
If we get a non-winner, Blaney's
Oh,
out.
yeah. That's not good.
Out.
Yeah, that thing's not running. You see that right front? Blaney's out. If we get a new winner, Blaney will not make the playoffs. I don't think they're going to get the stage restarted, so Truex ain't going to get stage points.
Only good thing about that was Denny was in.
30 laps in, we got a wreck.
Fuck
See if it's just a toe link, which is a simple repair.
And that was a slow developing wreck. It was like they all just went together, and
The way the steering works, whatever is broken on the right front,
that was a really slow developing crash.
isn't repairable in 6 minutes.
Props to you, Kyle Busch.
Right here is
Yeah, Kyle had the right idea.
sticking out. Let's take a look at this
Oh,
record,
Blaney.
see how this damage occurred.
Well, Hamlin actually did the right thing. Oh, it was a stack up. He checked up behind the 43, and
Truex almost wrecked.
yeah, that almost took out Truex and Blaney. And that would give the edge to Blaney because he was already ahead of Truex in points anyway. Ouch.
Christopher Bell got
That wasn't that big of a wreck. I thought it was going to be bigger. Bubba made it through. Bubba around the outside. McDowell made it through, it looks like.
He believes only flat
Ew,
spot on the
McDowell.
tires, only tire damage on the 19.
Ty Gibbs. Look at Truex.
The 2 drivers
Keselowski, Truex. Keselowski looks like he has some damage.
Blaney with damage to his car.
Stenhouse and Busher made it through. My money's still good.
With Blaney came in with a 25-point lead, so now Truex still has to find those points.
Let's hear Blaney's throttle.
Let's take a look for Blaney's seat.
Hamlin saw the 43 get a little sideways, and he stopped.
Dude, Bubba was like an inch from getting hit.
Yeah.
I thought Danny kind of pushed him loose, but right now, Boyd with Blaney, it seems like
Just what a stack up there. It's got the cars 1, 2, 3, 4. Damn. Only about a.
Brad got jumped.
It was only about a 5 or 6 car wreck. Yeah, Brad's tore up. I didn't see the right front until we got that angle.
Harrison Burton, Brad Keselowski just pushing in the corner. Yes, we are late in the tire.
Eric Jones made it through that.
Yeah.
Cars are slick.
Yeah, Eric Jones, what a save. I thought he was done. I didn't realize how he saved it. They're desperately trying to fix that right front on Blaney.
Prayers up to Blaney.
Jones gets away with no damage.
Turns him down across the apron. Dave.
And there is Eric Jones coming in. He'll get right side Goodyear tires.
He's good.
A fill of fuel. He'll take all 4 here, and they'll fill it up as we have 3 to go on the stage, Marty.
They might restart with 1 to go on the stage, I think. Yeah, but they want to see the big stage battle. 1 lap stage battle.
By the time they get up to speed,
Yeah. Sun's out. That's good. That's good. The sun is out.
Their agendas. Let's talk agendas. They're thinking they have to either win the race or they don't care about the stage.
Vortex theory's working, Dylan. That's why I got to get this thing going. That's why NASCAR's like, we got to run that last lap of the stage in the green. We can't let the vortex die.
3 minutes.
Yeah.
Every lap buys us 3 minutes. Oh, that sucks.
Let's
Oh yeah, I may not go to any fucking dirt tracks anymore.
Why?
There was one in Lancaster. They said a dude walked up to the gate and just started shooting. So killed somebody, and I was like, really?
Wow.
Wasn't even at the track, just walked up to the gate. I don't know about that.
It's a 90% chance of light rain for the next hour. After that, it actually greatly improves in the forecast. So it's still 50-50. You guys can look here. Just based on the hourly, it's kind of 50-50. The radar is going to constantly change because in Florida, shit just pops up out of thin air.
Dude.
Fuck
the
you.
Bills rookie punter.
I heard about that.
Yeah. Fuck that dude.
Yeah. I'm trying to click to radar, but it won't let me. It's trying. There we go. I just want to see the radar. They better not call that thing right at halfway. They better try to get that shit dry.
Denny Ross Chastain Hamlin.
It's like that rain's not moving. You see that? That rain is not moving. It just stays to the side of the track, and it built around it, and then that's at like 1:30. It's 50-50. It's anybody's guess. Excuse me.
The track is dry as Dad's meatloaf.
The track is drier than Candace Owens' pussy.
What the fuck? Look at the hood sponsor for Ricky's car.
Kruger. It's right down at the bottom.
That'd be a funny car to win in. Make that diecast.
It's in Daytona. Look right here. The 11 car gets into the back of the 43, but let's see what happens. 43 cars moving around. It's wide open. Lifted right there.
He just got loose.
Just starting to get a little bit loose. 11 got into the back of him. Ryan Blaney could not reach.
They got Blaney patched up.
I mean, you got to.
He's got to get out there and make minimum speed and beat the repair clock.
Gotta do what you gotta do.
Damn, look, that right front's rolling. Blaney's still alive. I saw that right front, was like, he's screwed. I didn't think it'd run at all. See, it was like a fucking 7-car wreck, and a couple of them didn't even get damaged. Gibbs and Jones didn't get damaged. And yeah, we're going to get a 1-lap sprint for the stage win.
Well, Mr. Stage Winner himself, Joey Logano, might just steal it.
Look at that Harrison Burton there in third. Jeff Burton's going to have a stroke. Where's the Kim Burton cam? I can't watch this race without a camera on Kim. Well, we're going to at least get stage 1 in before it rains. 1 lap. Burton didn't get a good start to push Elliott. Logano's got a big shove from Truex. Truex like, I got to get all these points while Blaney's in the back and can't get any points. Look at Chase.
Damn, he got Truex out.
Yeah, I thought he was going to door the 19. Truex like, I need these stage points. He's got Bubba behind him. Now the bottom line's got the advantage. Logano pulled down in front of it.
Logano, great job going to the bottom.
Now Truex hopes to get a great shove from Bubba Wallace in the 23.
Don't wreck for a stage win, though. Woohoo! What a move by Chase. Can he get the push through the corner? Nah, Burton's got to the back bumper of Logano before Truex got to Elliott, so Logano's still got the edge here. Not enough, I don't think, unless he can get on that quarter pound. Nah, Joey cleared. Ooh, Joey's going in the middle. Ooh, last second push. Logano wins stage 1. When I saw the 21 get to the bumper, Logano and Truex is still like car length back from Chase. I knew that was it.
What a top or a last
bucket.
Eric Jones still gets 2 stage points.
Yeah, unfortunately, Brad Keselowski no longer in the race. That accident caught him.
Brad's out.
Yeah.
It is the 22 of Logano. Aggression early here at Daytona.
I felt like there was going to be a wreck with either Hamlin or Bell, but to be fair to Hamlin, he actually really didn't touch Jones when Jones got loose. He just reacted to it, and then that caused the wreck. Last night, of course, because I knew I had to get up at like 9:30 this morning. Suddenly, I had the urge to play GTA 4 online, but then I was like, go to bed, fucker. I did those 2 games in Madden and went to bed.
Well, I guess the Dolphins had fun.
Yeah, 48-10 in a preseason game's pretty fun. Do that in a regular season, why don't you?
See when they're starting quarterback celebrating a preseason. Yeah. The Chicago Bears have the most wins in NFL history. That's funny.
Yeah.
After all this.
Because they're the oldest team.
By 1 win.
Yeah.
And it ain't even close to third. Look at that gap.
Hey, look at us in the bottom half.
Yeah, look at the Texans. Only 600 more than some China. I know they ain't been around. 2002. The Ravens came a year after the Panthers and have 28 more wins.
All right. Okay. Damn, son. NASCAR says Blaney's still on damaged vehicle policy. He didn't reach minimum speed, so Blaney might be about to be done. Come on, Peacock.
Pit road, they cut.
And the guys that pitted under the previous caution are going to stay out and go to the lead.
He just said he was a little too free inside that
this dude did a running play.
Struggling and handling there. He was one of them. They're going to make an even pressure adjustment and 4 good tires, Dave.
Watch his
Stage
foot.
points for Martin Truex Jr. crucial as he battles
stuck
Blaney,
his
who
foot
was
That's amazing. Fucking Madden sucks, dude.
Chase Elliott led 28 laps of stage 1,
Oh,
was
man.
not happy with his final
Ross?
restart, saying, leave it to me, leave it to
Remember, a
me.
bunch of cars stayed out that pitted under the last caution, so this is going to flip the whole field upside down. Handling's terrific. I guess they want to keep it that way because they put 4 tires on and lost a bunch of spots.
Not changing tires there on that run on pit road. NASCAR on CNBC is brought to you by
NASCAR, one of the few races we got on NBC, it rains, and they put it on CNBC.
Little Caesars. Try our large
Beat the
classic
pizza.
now with 33% more pepperoni.
33% more pepperoni. That's a very specific number.
We're made for this.
Oh, for fuck's sake, they got right back to commercial. What am I going to do when the race ends at like 1 o'clock? Fuck 1 o'clock start times. How about them 1 o'clock end times for races, huh? So I can have the rest of my Sunday. I had a piece of bacon so greasy earlier you could have drank that shit. It's kind of gross, but tasted good. Hey, Dylan. Yeah. I just said fuck a 1 o'clock start time. 1 o'clock end time today.
Yeah.
Gotta love NASCAR moving their summer race at Daytona deeper into hurricane season. Bork Laser and Norman Reigns. You see them in that commercial? Bork Laser and Norman Reigns.
Credit One Bank and American Express are giving you the opportunity of a lifetime.
Yeah, for real.
For your chance to win tickets.
If I trusted the weather, we could have drove down there last night. Fan-fucking-tastic. They got that on television. Look at that. They cut away from it now. A dude had a big old fan in the car that said fan-fucking-tastic in big letters, and fucking NBC was zoomed in on it.
Look at it. Look at it. That's going to be on the shit.
Good thing all the Christians are at church right now, so they can't call the FCC and complain.
Involved in that accident just before the end of stage one. Christopher, what do you see from your point?
Yeah, I don't know. It looked like the 43 just got a little bit loose, and then the rest of it was, along for the ride. But really disappointed for, looking at it just to stack up. Normal speedway race.
Well, I'm glad
disappointed for our group. This Ream car was obviously competitive. Started up front, was able to stay up there, and we'll go on to start the playoffs next week.
Seeing some really aggressive racing out there.
Yeah.
Aggressive from inside.
I mean, there's just moments, whenever you get out front, you're single file, everyone was taking it easy, and then the top lane starts going, and you got to start pushing to keep up. So, just a product of what Daytona and Talladega and now Atlanta is today. Super speed.
Now Atlanta.
Thank you.
And the 19 Martin Truex Jr. among those who came to pit road now to top off the fuel. The comment to Martin was, we're in the back anyway, meaning that a lot of cars had pitted before them. And so when they came down pit road, they were kind of near the back anyhow. So Truex will now have a full tank of Sunoco fuel. Steve, how would you like to take that into the second stage here?
Well, 56 laps to go. You think you could run probably 46, 48 laps. So now is a really quick, short fill at some point. That would be how this 19 gets her track position back, I assume. Plus, with the 18 car behind him, had a penalty of removing equipment or running over equipment. So now he's back there with the teammate, Marty.
Yeah, and you see Chase Elliott also among those cars who topped off Steve. Alan Gustafson making that same exact call. So, yeah, Alan
Spend less time putting gas in later. That's what you have to do that now. Because 2 tire stop is like 6 seconds now. And you're going to probably take 2 tires later in the race.
know, you wonder if maybe that got a little bit crazy at the end.
I like it.
There's some guys eliminated if they want.
Gives me kind of a Halloween vibe.
Steve, just a shout out to Jonathan Hassler, the crew chief on this 12 team.
Blaney's still running.
This team to a very high pressure scenario though. After that crash, they were able to fix the right one. They went
Corey LaJoy, Bubba Wallace on the front row.
Blaney had to do that on left side tires. Are flat spotted. They changed those tires. They fixed the toe, and this made
Yeah, literally. The whole top 10 except Bowman. Everybody in that top 10 ain't won yet, but Corey ain't eligible, so. We get to push from Stenhouse. We've made it to stage 2, and the sun is out.
Completely different look to the front of the field now.
Yeah, we got a lot of players up there.
The end of the Xfinity race.
Yeah. Start of stage 2 in the Cup race is like the end of the Xfinity race. Ooh, another stack up, but look out. Reddit got out of line when he saw that stack up happen.
Eric Jones still on the outside line, and behind that, Joey Logano made it 3 wide entering turn 1, trying to lead that outside line, and the aid of Tyler Reddick.
2 car tandems.
Jumped up in front of it. Now the 48, the
LaJoy versus Bubba. McDowell goes up to the top. Gives a push to the 43. This will give Bubba a good run off of 4 here.
Eric Jones, that's going to push that line forward.
There you go. Bubba Wallace out front. With rain in the forecast. And they can get to halfway before having to pit again. Pretty much everybody can. I know the cars at the back can make it past halfway if it rains.
Corey LaJoy and Stenhouse on the inside struggling right now to keep pace, and you see them dropping back.
You want to keep your eyes on the 43 of Jones.
There's one of my boo 43 and 23.
Outside line making a run. Here comes Christopher Buescher in the
Christopher Buescher. I told you it's become unironic. 3 wide. All these fucking wackos up here at the front. The whole field's 3 wide now, pretty much. Bubba leads another lap. We're halfway to halfway. Big run. Just take the top, and if the 17 goes to the bottom on you, just let him have it. With a run like that, you can't block it. You cannot block a run that fast. 3 wide for 3rd and 4th.
The other thing is, as all these cars are 3 wide, the cars do not drive as well.
We're losing sight of the fact that literally everybody up here desperately has to win.
And Corey.
Higher and higher and higher. That's going to make the handling worse.
This is pretty intense right here.
Lead changes.
Stage 2, and we're 3 wide in the 3rd row.
Oh my God.
All the way back.
This is disaster.
And I think it's a product of all the drivers that are up there. All these guys are win and get in the playoffs.
And you see on the bottom of the left screen or left side of your screen, with Eric Jones leading, that knocks
Blaney
Truex
is
out.
still ahead of
And as
Truex.
soon as he
Yeah.
is not
Blaney had like a 25-point gap over Truex coming in, so. And Blaney's still running, so.
drivers back in.
And that's really because of this remarkable job this 12 team of Ryan Blaney did. They repaired.
It's about the worst top 10 you could ever see if you're Truex or Blaney.
I thought this car was done. I thought the hit it took and the damage to the right front looked completely finished to me. Great job by the 12 team extending their day.
Yeah, I seen that. I seen that, Gene Bud.
Junior said, oh.
Corey LaJoy going up the block.
Corey up here leading.
Atlanta, Corey. Just remember Atlanta.
Going up there to slow that line down.
Can't even be excited about Corey leading. He's not top 30.
Aggressive Chris Buescher is willing to be up front. Something he's
Now
had
Blaney's
a lot
happy.
of these super speedway races.
Blaney
At
and
the
Truex
beginning
are
of
like,
the year,
no,
he
cool.
sat down and watched the video with his owner, Brad Keselowski, who kind of coached him through. Here's how you need to manage a race. Buescher told me before the race, only
Outside line against the wall's got the speed right now. Now the bottom's going to form back up because they went to the very bottom.
I'm in a position to keep it up front. Right now he's doing that and making that high line work. But also remember, his teammate
Guys
Brad
keep
Keselowski
changing
now
lines.
out of the race, so he doesn't have that drafting partner to work with him.
And a reminder, the reason Corey LaJoy right now is not
Now I'm worried Buescher's going to cause the next wreck.
top 30 in points. That's one of the criteria, and he can't get there. Even with
It's going to start with one of them, yeah.
he could possibly earn in this race and winning, he couldn't get into the top 30,
Hopefully
so
it
he's
don't
not
happen.
playoff eligible.
I want to
Listen
see
in to Joey Logano's radio.
Yes, the shitty thing. You don't know if it's going to rain or not, but I think it probably will.
That tells you why this
Is this the most the sun's been out at Daytona in like a week?
racing to the end of the stage.
Jones, Bubba, Stenhouse leading on the bottom.
80 laps into the race. We're at lap
with McDowell behind him and Gilliland. So you got a train of guys that all need to win.
Bubba just yeeted Eric Jones.
Literally, a train of cars on the bottom that all have to win the race.
Big push coming to you, Bubba. What you gonna do?
Real major energy coming, straight ride. Coke Zero Sugar, Cam, Joey Legato. You can see what he's trying to do.
Former Coke driver Jeff Burton makes sure to say Coke Zero Sugar.
Right there in front of Denny Hamlin. You can't push him into that guy in front of him.
Todd Larson's in the garage and on the way back to Charlotte. He blew up. Chase Elliott finished second in stage 1. He's running in the back right now because he pitted a couple times under caution to top off, and because this entire front pack is about to wreck. So they're running at the back on purpose. Larson blew up. Chase at the back. Jones is the leader. Bubba Wallace second. Stenhouse third. We're 47 laps in. The sun is out, and that's the only good news I got for you. The sun is out.
28 laps. He's back here in the field running 18th right now.
That inside line with McDowell, or that middle line with McDowell dropping back slowly. That's frustrating for all those guys in that line not to be able to figure out how to get that line moving forward.
Tyler Reddick diving all the way
Outside
down
line
to
is
the
dead.
inside line to get in
I only see 2 cars up there, and they're drifting back further and further back.
Just felt like there wasn't going to be enough power up there.
Out of the top 10 now. But now McDowell and Justin Haley are coming through. Hemrick's in the 16 today.
Dave.
22-year-old Todd Gilliland has a chance to get into the playoffs with a win here in the black number 38.
That'd be the
And he
fucking
could
day.
do that.
That
Barbara told
would
me
be
this
the
morning,
day.
our
Todd
only real
Gilliland
strategy
makes the
is to
playoffs.
avoid all the wrecks and give ourselves a chance at the
The
end.
top
So
3
far,
need to win.
avoided
The guy in 4th needs to win, but he's not top 30 in points. Gilliland 5th, Almirola 6th.
What a great run for Corey Joy as we pointed out. He gave some laps. Remember, he did the same thing last year when he was
glad
playoff
they
eligible.
settled
And I had a
Yeah, they
long
have settled down
conversation
now.
with him yesterday about this race and how he would tackle it not being playoff eligible if they won this race. He said, I'm going to evaluate my car, but if I've got something I feel like can be up front, I'm going to keep it up there, and he's done that so far in this race.
Blaney got wrecked early. He's riding in the back with heavy damage. Truex is up here trying to get stage points to try to bury Blaney.
Drivers are hoping to do today.
Cool. Okay. So literally only Corey LaJoy.
Yep.
Check his ass for 48 hours.
Yeah, Chris told me about the Lewis Hamilton wreck. I wish I could have seen that. I was about to grab one of them oatmeal pies out of the cabinet and say, hey, Dylan, you want a cream pie? He'd be like, what? I said, oh, I'm sorry, oatmeal cream pie. I should have been more specific. It actually rained during the race a couple times, but not that much. So they stayed green. I hope that sun's... I like seeing the sun out. That gives me no doubt in my mind. Like, we're okay. I'll be amazed if this race goes to 400 miles. I will be shocked. Hey, it's a cruise ship.
The Peacock Dock Fest. They like their rhymes, don't they?
Yeah.
Peacock Pit Box.
Why can't we get a Kiss Cruise documentary instead of that boring shit?
Hey, you'd be part of it.
I guarantee my cruise is way more exciting
You'd be
than that
part of
cruise
it.
that was on that
You'd
show.
be part of the documentary, dude. You'd be part of history.
Hey, I'm on YouTube already. I'm in a couple of different fucking cruise documentary type thingies.
Wait, what?
What happened?
Oh no, I just got on Twitter and had a lead change, but it's definitely not who I thought. Blaney said he feels like something's rubbing.
I bet. I don't know how they got that right front rotating on the 12 car. They always come out with commercials zoomed in on a bottle of Coke Zero. We get it.
They don't even look cold.
I don't know. Sodas always tasted better in glass bottles, don't they? It's amazing how they taste better. Christopher Bescher on the inside. Leading the inside line with Corey LaJoy. Bubba fell out. Yeah, Bubba fell out of this group. Bubba's about 15 cars. Nah, he's with the lead pack, but he's way further back.
Usually we see them go to the top of the racetrack, ride around single file.
Probably got put in the suck hole.
And I went to the Talladega race and worked that race. And I was blown away.
43 and 48.
They ran through stage 1 and stage 2. Still doing it today here in Daytona.
I'd be telling my guy, if you're pushing the 43, he did get loose by himself earlier. So I'm going to say 43's loose. Maybe don't push him off into the corner so hard. Try to just push him on the straightaway, but let him go in the corner.
Always finding his way up toward the front in these super speedway races. Even in Atlanta. Gets everything he can out of that 7 car for Spire.
Gets everything he can out of the 7. Why are they not top 30 in points if he's getting everything out of them?
Playoff eligible if he could get up front, win this race.
Eric Almirola back there too, Rick. We know he's great at super speedways, always up front. Has a new sort of lease on his racing career, signed a new deal. He's gonna
as soon as Smithfield said they were interested in coming back, Almirola's like, I'm back for 2 more years, bitch.
And Junior, he said that Smithfield was excited about it, and SHR was excited about it. The kids were even excited about it because they've grown up here.
I'm sure they were just like, yay, we can keep 4 cars running. That's probably about the extent of SHR's excitement.
Yeah, you're saving us now for Eric Almirola in the Cup Series. Pony on hold, Rick.
Man, they must really like them.
Suffer through not having a pony for maybe another 2 years.
I played a little NASCAR heat with his son yesterday. He said he was thrilled that his dad's going to be going back.
Junior played NASCAR heat with Almirola's kid yesterday. Why don't you play with me, Junior?
He buried the lead, man. Who won?
I wonder where they raced at.
I did, of course. Oh, okay.
Junior's good at NASCAR games, dude. Junior used to talk about in the day he would play NR 2003, but he'd play the Thunder games too. And Junior would kick your ass in NASCAR Thunder.
Alex Bowman up front, really pushing that high line. Earlier he was pushing Chris Buescher there. He puts
Junior's a gamer. Junior's still a gamer. He said he got online to play Call of Duty, and somebody in the lobby was using like Dale Earnhardt Jr. as their name, and Junior says, "Hey, Junior, it's Junior." And he said they didn't believe me. He said they didn't believe me.
I probably wouldn't have either.
I'd have known that voice. I'd have known that voice. I would have known it was Junior. Yeah, now we got some repeaters up here. Byron, Bowman, Hamlin, Logano.
Those are the moments. I mean, I had to make that same decision.
Oh, Buescher. Yeah, he thought better of that, didn't he?
You love what you do, but it gets to a point where you have to make a
Hamlin was shoving the 48 down the back, and Buescher said, I'll let him have it.
Company, Hendrick, has so much going on. Sure, he'll be a very vital asset to that organization, even moving forward when he gets off the pit box.
Danny Hamlin and the 22. Joe Logano got that outside line running. They're pushing.
Hamlin back in the mix.
Jones is gonna try to go for
Unfortunately, Hamlin's shit didn't get tore up earlier.
Try to take that momentum.
This is the dream.
It's whatever you do, take care of the 17 and the 47, so I might win some money.
Dave Ellens, crew chief for the 43, coming over to Petty GMS and really bringing this organization back up to where it's been. Richard Petty won at this racetrack 10 times, and it's familiar to see a
in the Daytona 500, he won 7.
Here, but now it's Eric Jones behind the wheel as that inside line with William Byron challenging for the lead.
Yeah, Byron's worked his way up through this pack a little bit.
Well, the last time a 43 car led a rain-shortened race in the middle of the afternoon at a track with lots, they called the race. So.
Just incredible racing. I mean, this takes so
Junior
much
loves this shit.
So much focus to push the guy as hard as you can without wrecking him.
Junior never struck me as a confident guy, but when he talks about like Daytona and Talladega, he's the most cocky, like sure of himself guy I've ever heard. Like, couldn't you apply that to other forms of racing, Junior? He was never the most confident guy until you got to like Daytona or Talladega.
Side by side for the lead between the 24 of William Byron, who's getting a push from Chris Buescher, and the 43 of Eric Jones, getting a little help there from Alex Bowman in the 48.
Yeah, we saw Eric, his car not handling well earlier in the race, but up
2
the
by
racetrack,
2 all the way back. Both
he
lanes are even.
turn the steering wheel quite as much. So those handling issues may not be as bad. Of course, they had a chance to make a chassis adjustment as well, but ultimately ultimately, sometimes your car just drives better when you don't get that thing.
When I start fucking doing that and stacking up, I just expect it. And I see fucking
hood
hood flaps going up. I think there's about to be a wreck.
To me, this car just looks like it drives better than it did early. That's great for the guy pushing him, right? When you are lined up to the guy in front of you, and that car is moving around, you're very reluctant.
Oh, there they go again. Snaking down the back. Hold a straight line, fuckers.
Yeah, Jeff, I think you're talking about the 24 there. No confidence moving up in the first stage, and now much better. They made him do.
Like I said, watch pushing the 43 off into a corner.
Very good at this discipline. He knows how to get it done on a track like this.
Byron won here in 2020.
Mission to Byron from the pit box. Keep being smart and just ride when you can. Well, Marty, I guess riding at the front is something you can do here as well.
Or was it 19 when he won here? I can't remember. God, it's been so long. No, it was 19, I think. No, it was 20. I can't remember.
Much the tandem is working. Butcher's made it work twice, working with Alex Bowman on the high line, now working with William Byron on the low line. And Mike Herman, the spotter, will say off of it. So he gets on for about 3-4 seconds. He'll push the 24.
I've always said I could be a spotter, but I'd be stressed out at a super speedway. I'd be freaking out. We are 20 laps from halfway. 20 laps from halfway.
So it's very easy to get offset while you're shoving and get a guy turned around.
Just got to make it 20 more laps.
Yeah, so that was the 24 radio. You saw a little bobble from Byron off of turn 4, and he's saying, stop pushing me in the turn. Do not push me in the banking of the transitions. The car is uncomfortable. Only push me when we're absolutely on the flat. And he ain't the only one out there dealing with these type of issues.
They're about to lap Ryan Blaney. But at least he's still running. You run, though, and catch a 20-car wreck. You get those spots. So.
He's like, where's Truex? He wants to fix that car, but he still does not have the speed to stay with these faster cars. Getting lapped again.
Well, some of it, I think, was by choice. Look at the hood right now, and he gets around another car. This hood goes crazy.
I'm worried about Blaney's hood.
Moves up and down. By himself, it's a little bit calmer. NASCAR's left his 12-car node. Next time you come to pit road, work a plan. We want to see that more secure. We're not going to black flag you because it's been riding around. It hasn't come off. But in the draft, it's crazy. I think he's almost better off to be riding by himself, even though he's losing time.
Jones, Byron, Christopher Buescher, Alex Bowman, Corey LaJoy. Can we get side by side? When are they going to bust out the side by sides? Fucking Daytona. I remember when this race they used to show it commercial free. They do Daytona every July was commercial free. That was the best race ever. I remember the first year they didn't do that. I was pissed. I was like, wait, they're not doing commercial free again? I think 2013 was the first time they didn't do commercial free. From like 07 to 2012, it was commercial free, Coke Zero 400, or it was still Pepsi 400 back in 07, I think. Look at that hourly again. Hopefully see some improvement. Big improvement.
Yeah, because I can imagine the 3 or 4 overtimes we're going to have in this.
It ain't supposed to rain again until like 1 o'clock. Race will be over around then. So this race, most likely now, I'll say, is probably going to go all the way. About to say, Law, it couldn't rain that much 3 days in a fucking row. Like, it had to break up at some point. That's what I was thinking about. Okay, it rained all day Friday. It rained all day Saturdays.
Shout out to NASCAR.
Fucking Sunday will be good.
The racing world had it made today. NASCAR and F1 early in the morning.
Yeah. And IndyCar's later. I think IndyCar, isn't it IndyCar's finale today, or is that next week?
You probably got some preseason football. I think
yeah, there's some games on.
The sports world's happy today. I did see a dude getting roasted on Twitter because he said NASCAR's not a sport.
I'll see guys that comment the same thing. Different people comment the same thing. There'll be a NASCAR post on ESPN, and some like YouTuber sports guy will go, not a sport, ratio, L, not a sport. And it's like, that's all you got, huh? That's cool. Not a sport, ratio. I think there was a race at Darlington back in the 90s where they were talking to Darrell Waltrip under caution, and they had Darrell throw him a commercial from inside the car. And he was driving for Hendrick. You know, Hendrick sponsored by Pepsi. He was like, drinking all them Cokes, Pepsis. He's like, oh, you race fans are up there drinking them Cokes, Pepsis. And the single file train is formed up with Dennis of Hamilton and Joseph Logano out front now, halfway through stage 2. This came out of nowhere. Hamlin and Logano have seized control. Kyle Busch is 4th. Hamrick 5th.
Hey guys, Bubba Wallace got shuffled out.
MJ in the house.
23rd position right now. Look, the boss is on top of the pit box. Once Bubba got shuffled out, he said, hey, I'm going to ride back here until the end of the stage, or at least until our pit stop. Hey, Junior, by the way, Michael Jordan here on the pit box. Do you remember what happened at Nashville when Michael came out?
Indy's next week. Okay, I didn't know if IndyCar was today or next week.
Fastest car and didn't qualify so well. So Michael's got it down now as an owner. I don't know if you do as well, but Michael doesn't come to the pit box until the race has started. So he doesn't want to jinx Bubba, but MJ sitting on the pit box right now for his driver, Bubba Wallace.
Don't want to make him nervous? I guess so. That's probably a good thing.
An athlete superstitious? That seems surprising.
I think that, you know, when the owner comes to the car before the
It's
race,
like that dumbass Eli Manning. I'm not superstitious, but I'm a little stitious.
Makes things a little more tense.
One of the fastest cars.
You ever see that?
Why the fuck? Okay, Denny Hamlin's the leader, and Luke is leading the bottom one. Why is it Harrison?
Oh, yeah, here comes Ross. Ross has been laying low today. Ross has been laying low today, but here he comes. Get ready. I'm starting to wonder, is Ross going to make it through the first round of the playoffs without getting fucked over?
Running by itself. This is how it all started. Now they're Chris Buescher in 3 and 4, approaching turn 4. Watch what happens. 24.
God, that was during commercial. They almost wrecked the same fucking way, just off of 4. So that's how Hamlin and Logano got to the front.
You know it's safe down there. So see the 24 up the racetrack.
What a save by Buescher. That happened during commercial.
Just nice, smart move, not an overcorrection, not an overreaction. Just get the car calm back down, get back in line.
Stay in the race. I just need you to win.
Work their way up there.
I bet Denny's like,
sure with Denny Hamlin, Logano leading that outside, they were going to take over. Rest of the field with
BFF's Hamlin and Logano.
Ross Chastain, though, has other
Ross is up to 3rd.
He's bringing Bowman. All those guys along with him, they're inching back forward
Now a leader wreck
to make this 2x2.
Oh, yeah. I'd love a leader wreck now. Fucking Hamlin, Logano, Kyle Busch. And if Ross causes it, the meme continues. Lap 69.
But it is a slow process with this car. Side draft's a little less than with the traditional, the older car. Can't really use, you don't see as much guys moving around to side draft each other as much as we used to.
Yeah, check this out as we ride along with Daniel Suarez with the Coca-Cola Zero Sugar Can.
I'd like my camera right there like he has it. I'd just be like looking down. Eric Jones just jumped out of line.
But on this left, that's literally a camera-driven mirror that he can look at, and it gives a great range. It's all mounted on top of the roof, facing backwards. And look how much you can see to the left and to the right. A lot of drivers are using this on super speedways, and they put it right there because they don't have to look up. They can keep their eyes on the racetrack all the time, just a little glance, and that mirror gives them all the information.
That's some video game shit. It's been the best thing about the new car, the camera.
Right now, the 16 car.
Notice the more experienced guys get up there and everything calm down.
You see him right there.
Hamlin, Logano, Kyle Busch, Justin Haley, guys who know what they're doing on super speedways.
I don't think anybody really wants or believes that this 16 car can take them to the front. We'll see. Maybe Daniel will.
Oh, Suarez being indecisive there, making me nervous. Goes to the middle.
Yeah, he wasn't handling really well right there. Ready to turn left. Saw a gap at the top. Going to jump to the top. Yeah, it's interesting when a car that nobody really knows well or trusts as far as the pace or speed starts to lead a line. Everybody bails on that. You can see this outside line now with more cars in it.
They're following the experience.
Junior, on a day when everybody thought it would be a track position race here at Daytona, Harrison Burton saying, nah, not so fast. He started 29th today. He is up in the 3rd position. Once he got to the top 10, he has been able to stay there. I talked to him before the race. He said, always a 50-50 shot. But remember how well he ran in the Daytona 500. He said, today I want to continue to earn that respect and show.
Harrison had a car fast enough to win the 500, but Keselowski said, let me flip you upside down.
Another driver just proving that you can't pass here today is that 18 car of Kyle Busch. He restarted on this run back in 31st, up 27 positions, up to 4th. He says the race car just a little bit tight right now as they ride in that top lane behind the 21, but obviously got some speed in that 18 and able to make passes here at this track.
We saw Eric Jones up toward the front most of this race, but the last couple laps, pulled over on the back straightaway, lifted, dropped all the way to the back of this pack. Let's listen to this 43 radio.
Can I have a drop back, man? I'm getting way to do something for it. All right, simple. I'll let Brandon know.
Man, that is wild. And this is, you know, we just never hear about cars having handling issues at Daytona. With the repaint, we had a lot of grip. But now, the grip in this track's going away.
Choo-choo! When I say that, they're single file against the outside wall. Choo-choo!
Another driver that's up in the top 5 that sort of crept up there. Justin Haley in that 31 car for Carl Grace.
We are 8 laps from halfway.
Would put himself in the playoffs.
I didn't think we'd get to halfway.
The Super Speedways in the Xfinity Series obviously won this race in a rain-short race a couple years ago. And I asked him and then talked to him a lot about what makes you so good at the Super Speedways. And he said, to be honest, I don't do anything. I let the lines play out for me. I let the moves happen. I'm not the one that you're going to see making those aggressive moves. Those lines play out for me, and I just find myself at the right position at the right time. The exact opposite, maybe that 22 car of Joe Logano there, who will be very aggressive, making those big moves. You'll see that.
I want to know what happened to Ty Gibbs and how he got lapped twice.
When it matters right now, find himself in the top 5.
Yeah, Parker, a lot of guys are sort of kind of hanging out right now, Steve, and I think the reason why is we got green flag pit stops potentially coming soon.
That's true.
And we see almost every super speedway race, green flag
Yeah.
stops.
At least they're single
People
file.
get themselves in trouble trying to get on pit road.
Yeah, 10 laps until pit stop. Splash of gas if you want to win the stage.
Hamill, Logano, Burton, Bush, Justin Haley. Pit stops are coming.
Joey will win the stage.
We're 6 laps from halfway, and we're still not getting a side-by-side. Fucking hey.
The king of stage wins. Somebody pointed out Justin Haley and Kyle Busch working together.
I could still be asleep right now, dude. I was so knocked out. I was gone. This guy turned on CNBC and they're showing that. Call 1-800-233-4145 to get your coin collection started. Brock Beard. Eric Jones, one of the fastest cars, plummets to the rear. Jeff Burton. So let me explain to you what a rear view camera is. It's a camera that shows what's behind you. I was wondering that too because Jones went to the back super fast. I was like, damn, he got a problem. Here's a good meme. Add the phrase, "you fucking idiot," to any Star Wars quote. Anakin, my allegiance to the Republic, to democracy, you fucking idiot. You underestimate my power, you fucking idiot. Don't try it, you fucking idiot. Wow, that really works well.
Everybody's bitching about the non-side-by-side.
He told me you killed him. No, I am your father, you fucking idiot. That's not true. It's impossible, you fucking idiot. Search your feelings. You know it to be true, you fucking idiot. Why am I still seeing tweets from 15 hours ago about the rain making me think it's about to rain? Twitter sucks. I fucking unfollow people and it still shows me their tweets just as much as when I followed them. What? Which NASCAR YouTuber did Dale unfollow on Twitter? Everybody take a guess. recently. Who did I unfollow that's a NASCAR YouTuber? Pit stops. It was Black Flags Matter, and it still shows me his fucking tweets.
I was trying to think of the guy's name from North Dakota.
Nah, I cut him out like a year ago.
Hey, Ricky, you see Just Fuel going in that 18 car.
Hey, who's scruffy looking? You fucking. That's another good Star Wars quote if you put you fucking idiot. Gas only. A lot of gas onlys. All the Toyotas did gas only. The 4 of them that are still competitive.
Seconds of fuel for Bubba Wallace, who ride on board as he goes back out on the racetrack to see the Toyotas coming 1 lap earlier.
But Bell's out of the race, and Gibbs is a couple laps down, so there's only 4 of them.
Yeah, the Toyotas have now shown their hand, right? They took gas only, which tells me they are trying to win the stage. They'll pit again at the end of the stage. We jump back to the pack because I thought there would be another wave of cars to pit right there, but they stay together, very organized. Why that hurts the Toyotas is this group right here is running way faster than these 3 little Toyotas, right? These 3 guys are organized, but look at this monstrous pack, very organized.
The monstrous pack.
But Jeff, you love coming with only 4 cars, right? You feel like you can get on the pit road very clean.
What's that? That place is strong with the dark side, you fucking idiot.
Here we go. Hands out the window. You see all the left hands.
All the Fords are coming in. Bubba's losing touch with the 3 cars in front of him. Truex needs to kind of.
He hasn't been able to catch the pack, so they're having to slow down to drag him to them so they can get.
Come on, Bubba.
Now here they go.
Okay, the Fords are coming. Allow some Chevys too. Damn, everybody's pitting all at once. What a clusterfuck. Well, Reddick's taking tires. I guarantee you the 8 car's taking tires.
Oh my God.
Ross. Ah!
Ross got hit.
Oh, twice. 3 wide of the pits. Ross somehow makes it to his pit box.
Boy, this is what happens when everybody comes on pit road.
And Miotas were smart.
BJ McLeod, the leader.
BJ McLeod leading at Daytona. Yeah, he's one of the best cars in the game. I can't remember. Damn, they're still hitting each other coming out of the pit. Custer, Jones. That is the biggest pack I've ever seen pit together at Daytona. And the Toyotas are flying around to the front.
Oh, boy. And I don't think it's the out lap or the in lap. I think it's just getting on pit road. Jeff, you always say less cars, you can be more aggressive to come to pit road. The Toyotas came very slow.
Guys, I'm sorry. Steam just sent me a message about GTA 4, so you're going to get to see one of my emails. I got to check this now.
Steve, one of the things that I said there was that the Chevys and the Fords purposely pitted near each other. Do you look
Yeah, I got to delete the Pornhub Premium.
They yeeted Joey out of the way. What a top 3 we got now. Oh, Joey, yes.
Look at that right there. Joe Logano knew they were coming, so he jumped up. Now the question is, right, will the momentum of the Toyota...
I better get some goddamn answers.
Junior, if you're one of these cars on the bottom, I'm guessing you're just
they completely yeeted Joey out of it.
Well, we talked about cars sliding tires on the pit road. One of those cars that had a lot of smoke was that 8 car second in line on the inside, Tyler Reddick. You have to wonder if he has a flat spot, any kind of vibration, and with that tire, will it hold on? A few more laps left in this stage.
Yeah, 15 to go in stage 2, and it looks like that inside line is going to stay strong just in front of the Toyotas who pitted earlier.
Rick, a little surprised a group of cars didn't just come take 4 tires. They would have had a long pit stop, and they would have come out about a half a lap back. Maybe just thought with 14 laps to go.
No, Steam, you're not getting rid of me that fucking easy.
Surprising everyone did a short stop of either 2 tires or gas only.
Reddick jumps into the outside line. Now that allows Stenhouse to come up there behind the 9 car on the inside. That 47 car, Ricky Stenhouse pushing the 9 of Chase Elliott out front on the inside here. Outside line. Reddick getting a little bit loose.
I think Reddick's
a push for the 18 car right there in the middle of the corner.
I think Reddick's gonna wreck.
Somehow Chase Elliott ended up in the lead after all this. Less time on pit road because they topped off earlier. That's why.
8 of Reddick. Again, he flat spotted or slipped those coming in, and he's getting pushed to the front.
Well, at least you know Reddick's got fresh tires.
They didn't take tires.
That 47 car.
Reddick didn't?
No.
Second row back.
As much as he fucking slid.
We see every time we come to play to Super Speedway races, he is in the middle of it. He's worked himself up to the front.
I don't know how this left front ain't gonna fucking explode.
He's gonna be aggressive. He has to win if he wants to make the playoffs. He's really good at this, and he's really good at it by pushing the issue.
Look at this outside line.
And these Toyotas.
I'm impressed. They've been able to clear at least 2 cars, almost 3 on Chase Elliott on the bottom. Dave, what you got on this 8 car?
Leading the race, Junior, and safely in the playoffs. Tyler Reddick has a very weird feeling race car all day long as you see him get the push from Kyle Busch there. The steering is giving him no feedback. He's trying to give Randall Burnett, his crew chief, different ways.
You guys saw me about cuss out Steam just now, telling me I can't get something that I know several people that have gotten that thing from Steam.
You can see that car
Fucking
moving
idiots.
around. He's got his hands full, mainly because of Kyle Busch right on his back bumper through the corners. We've heard drivers complain about being pushed in the corner. I don't think Kyle's actually making contact in the corners, but it's really upset this 8 car how close this 18 is to the back bumper. You see it right there. Not quite pushing him, but close enough to make.
I'm gonna hit him with it. If y'all don't give me my fucking GTA 4 key, I'm not buying another game from Steam.
Announcing his sign with Denny Hamlin and Michael Jordan's team, their Toyotas.
Stack up there, Stenhouse and Chase on the bottom. Damn, what a push. You see them fucking hood flaps come up on Stenhouse? That's how you know he's pushing. Really hard. We are past halfway.
So he's not in the bottom of the point situation as to getting into the playoffs. And right now, it's Martin Truex Jr. who is 4th back in that outside line, needing every point he can get.
Guys, you can feel the intensity picking up. As we come 10 to go in this stage, laps keep winding down for the end of this race. You can just feel the intensity picking up. You can see it in the moves the drivers are making.
It's past the halfway point of the race. It will be official if there was weather that came in the area. Right now, everything's looking good on the radar.
Reddick is clear now, and the move down to the inside line.
Look at those Chevrolets. The 8, the 9, the 47.
For Denny Hamlin to push his teammate Kyle Busch out here.
Oh, Reddick. No. Busch. By the way, Reddick caused the big one here 2 years ago, and Ryan Newman talked shit about him relentlessly for it. For a move he made in turn 3, kind of like the move he was about to make on Kyle Busch, but Busch let him have it.
He will cross lanes quicker than anybody, make moves quicker than
Yeah, Burton's right about that. I've seen Reddick do this before. Let me guess, we're not going side by side. 9 to go on the stage. The whole field's 2 by 2, and they're going to go to commercial. Well, it'd be nice to get to fucking see it, you fucking idiots. Also, I really wish Steam would stop jacking me off. I've explained my GTA 4 situation, and they're just like, well, as we previously stated, and I'm like, that's not how it fucking works. That last message had kind of a smart-assy tone to it. Well, as we previously stated, there are no keys for Grand Theft Auto 4 on Steam. Yes, there is. Give me a fucking key.
Wait till I email you again and say, well, this is the 3rd time we've had to tell you.
I'm going to keep bugging them. I will not fucking stop. I will file as many fucking help tickets as I can before they have to give me something. Because I am playing on an old patch of Grand Theft Auto 4 that brings up the Games for Windows Live version. Give me my fucking key. Give me a motherfucking key. Motherfucker tried to close the ticket and said, do you need more help? And I'm like, yep, click. You ain't closing my fucking help ticket, asshole. So this race being on CNBC sure does suck fucking donkey balls because we can't see the goddamn race. They went to commercial with 9 to go on the stage. Full screen commercial, 9 to go on the stage. It's really pissing me off. Keep waiting for it to come back for commercial, and it's going to come back and be like, oh, 2 to go on the stage, and fucking, Justin Haley and Tyler Reddick are leading. We're going to miss everything. Well, look, we're still watching CNBC Peacock commercials. You know what sucks? You know, you mentioned you said you didn't want to bring your controller. I don't like playing Madden with people on the same screen because you can see what the other's fucking calling.
Yeah, I mean, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Like,
I've never liked that.
I would rather not sit here and be able to, like, whenever you press R2 and look at your play, be able to say,
NASCAR fans, don't let anything pass you by. The official app of NASCAR tracks.
Busch and Reddick side by side for lead. Push from Hamlin to Busch. Busch takes it. Brings his teammates with him. There's 4 Toyotas. It worked out good for the Toyotas still.
maybe we're just getting all the commercials out of the way for the commercial-free station.
Yeah, sure.
And then plenty more racing to go. It's the IMSA WeatherTech Racing from VIR.
This race is going to be over before 1 o'clock in the afternoon. That's going to be so fucking weird. Those Chevrolets on the bottom are stubborn, though. Here they come back.
Porsche, they've clinched the championship in the GT.
Yeah, they do. They are disturbingly similar, those paint schemes, for the 8 car and the 9 car. Yeah, and look at the fucking hood and the. Did they plan that? No, they didn't. 5 to go in stage 2. Team orders. Denny Hamlin says he's going to lift on the last lap of the stage to let Truex have another spot if he needs it.
Denny trying to do as much as he can for his teammate Martin Truex Jr. Jeff Burton, how hard would that be to quote-unquote give Martin a spot there coming to the checkers?
Well, yeah, it'd be really hard.
Based on where they are now, it'd be pretty fucking hard.
The fact is that all these guys, with the exception of these Toyotas, they want track position. And even Bubba Wallace, he's in a situation where he needs to
Yeah, I get it. Denny ain't got nothing to gain here. If he can't win the stage, because
I know most guys would just be like, no, I'm not going out of my way to do that.
He's not going to ditch his teammate Kyle, who's trying to lead the race. So if Denny can't win a stage and get a playoff point, just give Truex the spot. Stage points mean nothing to Denny unless he wins a stage to get a point for the playoffs.
Still separation between those 4 Toyotas. Bubba trying to do the same.
Big push. Toyota push on the top.
Here they come.
See what happens, though. One line will get a run. Then
Are you coming? I'm coming. You coming? Who's coming? When are they coming?
Then that
He's way out there. Denny's thinking about going to the bottom.
Denny's like, yeah, I'd kind of like to just lead this fucking race. Win this playoff point.
Clear, so
Kyle goes down there.
Yeah, now he's going to block that inside line.
Denny's probably like, man, if I'd have known he's going to do that, I'd have did this in the middle of 3 and 4. I'd have went.
And then Reddick pulls up in front of Hamlin. And Busch pulls up in front of Reddick. So now Reddick's in the middle of this Toyota sandwich.
Leading this inside line of Chase Elliott. Where Ricky Stenhouse Jr. trying to push
Yeah, it's not doing Truex any favors. Every point counts until the end of the day if we see we're going to get a different winner or not.
And I never thought I'd say this, but the stage win, I think, has built some momentum for the 18. It has been a rough summer for Kyle Busch.
Truex, go to the bottom. God, if Truex and Bubba could get clear, I wish they would have went to the bottom, but Bubba wasn't clear anyway.
To at least turn the news cycle better for this 18 car.
Inside line's also all this momentum right here. Look at the outside line. Only 3
5-car breakaway. And Reddick's the only Chevrolet in that 5. Oh, they're stacking up here out of the tri-oval. Hamlin's trying to shuffle the 8 out, and he did. Brings Truex with him, brings Bubba with him. They all shuffle the 8 car out. That was a smart move. Reddick was making a lot of weird moves, very erratic. And then Chase hangs him out, too. Now there's 4 Toyotas and Logano leading the race on the bottom. Kyle needs the playoff points, so Truex will be happy with 2nd or 3rd place points here. And Logano's trying to jack that all up. He just shot to the outside of Bubba in 4. Big push from Chase. 8 car kind of pulled up and jacked that up a little. Now he gets to Logano's bumper. Chase does. Big push coming to the tri-oval here. 1 to go in the stage. That stage end snuck up on us. This is the worst case scenario for Martin Truex Jr. The whole field's 2x2 again. But they've got the bottom, and they're going to stay committed. Oh, Chase and Logano went too wide there. They went way too wide. Gilliland takes Chase 3 wide. Chase, go to the back, go to the back, go to the back. Take the L, go to the back. Hamlin shoots up in front of Logano. So much for letting Truex. Hamlin's going to sandbag the top line. Busch and Truex are going to have a big run on the bottom here. With a push from Bubba. Ooh, Logano almost turned Hamlin in 3.
What will they do for the 19?
Pull out a line, Denny.
Needing the most points out of all the Toyotas.
Denny sidedrafted him a little bit.
Denny and Truex side by side for second. Kyle Busch going to win the stage. Logano goes 3 wide for second. Truex gets second. Yeah. Busch wins stage 2. Truex second. Hamlin third. Oh, yeah, that was beautiful. Logano made a nice move to try to get around all of them.
His last one here was 2008. To do the numbers, that's 5,160.
And Logano was just trying to jack up their whole deal there. I love it. For once, Logano's douchiness was actually justified. Because, like, yeah, fuck him. Screw it up. Yeah. Blooney. Ryan Blooney. Rion Blooney. That's his name. Rion Blooney. Oh, I got to stand up, stretch my legs as we get our 10 millionth commercial break of the day.
Dude.
What's up?
I didn't realize it when BJ was leading was at halfway. On lap 80. You imagine it just downpours?
Yeah.
Wow.
I was probably down on going, well, maybe we'll get lucky. I need a fucking haircut, but none of the 3 girls that cut my hair have been around lately, so my hair's kind of getting kind of straggly and shitty looking. No, I'm not cutting it off, but it does need to be fucking trimmed some. Hey, Dylan, you want a PlayStation gift card? We found them out back at GameStop. They're perfectly new. They're just not activated, so he can't use them. But we knew that. Well, ain't no harm in taking them home. Maybe one of them got activated or something. Who knows? So, yeah, I could tell I tried this one because I rubbed the thing. I was like, I'll try this one. And then it said $10. And then when you go to redeem it, it's like, error, because it's not activated at the register. Michael, you have missed a hell of a race. And it's probably going to go the distance. They just finished stage 2, and the sun is out. And as I said earlier, fuck a 1 o'clock start time. 1 o'clock end times is where it's at. Anything interesting happened. A lot of interesting things have happened. The main thing being it's not rained. It rained in stage 1, but they stayed green through it. It hasn't rained since. Kyle Busch won the second stage. I already forgot who won stage 1. It was Logano, I believe. Blaney got wrecked, but he's out there limping around.
Dude, imagine.
But Truex is getting stage points.
Wins, and then, like, Truex gets docked 100 points. And it takes him out of top 30. That would be funny.
Yeah, I don't think 100 would take Truex out of top 30. You have to go lower in the standings and hope that somebody gets a 100-point penalty, which is possible.
Zero sugar. Now even more delicious. Credit One Bank. A credit card company.
Pit stops for stage 3.
Applebee's. Help us crush.
Busch, Truex, Hamlin, Logano, and Bubba lead them down.
Let's go.
If it was going to rain, we were just going to play Madden and stream that. But it didn't rain. Not enough to stop the race.
They're going to fill it full of fuel, Dave. 9 more stage points for Martin Truex Jr. He has to wait on the fuel, so they will change 4 Goodyear tires. Noah Gragson is going to pit right in front of him, so have to be careful leaving pit road, Marty.
Bubba Wallace coming to pit road as well. 4 fresh Goodyear tires. They're going to hold him and wait on the fuel here. They do release him.
Is that Michael McDowell taking the lead with gas only? Must win Michael McDowell to the lead for the start of stage 3. Hamlin, Logano, Busch, Harvick. Yep. 2 tires for Cindric.
Hell, he was a lap down earlier.
Yep.
Good for him.
Tell you one thing you have missed, Michael. Excessive commercial breaks and no side-by-side. They will not go split screen.
0 side.
They went to a commercial coming to 8 to go in a stage just now.
Side by side.
It's like, yeah, the whole field's 2x2, shuffling around. Oh, time to go to commercial. It's like, wow.
Now it's time for the shit.
I'm having to watch the race on Peacock because we don't get CNBC here. Well, we do, but it's standard definition, and I'm not watching 480p on a 4K TV. It's fucking horrible. Makes my eyes hurt. Sure, I played a PS2 on this TV. I did. That's why I got the little TV. I'm like, yeah, it looks like shit on that little one because it's an HD TV, but it's smaller and lower resolution. Kyle Busch, too fast on pit road to the rear. Well, he came from the rear earlier. That's what she said.
Collie tweeted the storms are coming.
Well,
I don't know if that's true, like what they mean by it, but
we had 30 cars pit at the same time under green earlier. There was a lot of contact, but nobody wrecked. I was like, I've never seen a pack that big pit together all at once. Because, like, the 4 Toyotas that are left pitted together. And then I was like, oh, the Fords will fit, and then the Chevys fit. Now the Fords and Chevys all pitted at once, and there was like 30 of them. And I'm not answering that because it's Sunday. And I could pretend I'm asleep.
damn, Truex 5th in stage 1, 2nd in stage 2.
Busher and Stenhouse are still running, so my money's still on the table.
I've been a little disappointed with Stenhouse. I ain't gonna lie.
Give it time. Him and Chastain haven't got rowdy yet.
I mean, even yesterday
we're mapping the schedule presented by Advanced
Saturday morning in the Xfinity race. We going Darlington next week, and then Bristol 2 weeks after that. So 2 of the first 3 playoff races I'm not streaming. I'll be there.
There are 10 advances within a 50-mile radius.
And watch your speed.
You want to go eat at Advanced Auto Parts? There's 10 of them, Dylan.
You see that?
Fuck fats. Let's go eat at Advanced Auto Parts. Or we could sleep at one. Maybe they'll let us sleep at one. If the race gets put to Monday, we can go sleep at the Advanced Auto Parts.
What do you say about rain over there in 3? I said it's raining hard now. Exactly.
Ty Dillon stayed out and took the lead.
Great in my eyes.
So McDowell will be second with gas only. Ty Dillon stayed out.
Busher.
BJ's on the lead. So never mind. It's Ty Dillon, BJ McLeod, Michael McDowell.
Well, Ty was running 19.
Ah, they're pitting now, fuckers. Come on. Kyle Busch might as well come back in and add some extra fuel. He's got to serve a penalty.
Remember, it's not just rain, it's that electricity thing. We saw Justin Haley do it once here before.
McDowell.
Damn, Anthony's going to miss the whole goddamn race. He's over in fucking spooky Mormon hell right now, so he can't be here. Yeah, that's what I was saying. Why'd you pit there? Maybe you get lucky.
Remember when Kurt did it?
That dark cloud right there. Really. I mean, it
could
be raining any second.
Yep.
It could start raining. Dave.
Really gonna be
And
funny
you
now.
all have played How It Started, How's It Going? Listen to these 2 radio transmissions from Martin Truex Jr.'s crew.
Thank you, Denny Hamlin. You did a good job there. Good job. Yeah, man.
Good job.
Not look good at all. So, stick with the program. Just stay up on you. If it gets
Hamlin, Bubba, and Truex together.
raining and it comes, then maybe we'll go back. Just keep with it. It's over at the beach right now.
How It Started.
Michael said he fell asleep during the Xfinity race and woke up to me going, holy shit, Jeremy Clements won.
How it's going? Right up front for right now. We'll see what happens next.
All right, so the thank you.
That's amazing.
19 radio at Denny Hamlin. All right, Dale Jr., we watched this. Take me through. We have Hamlin on the bottom lane. How does he work this so magically to help his teammate, the 19?
Well, he's lined up with his teammates, and he gets out of line. He says, you know what, I'll pull up here, and I'm just going to ride right beside this 19. I'm going to sit in front of this 22. And he's...
And Logano's like, the fuck you are.
And he probably
The side draft was
from the
what had me
22.
confused.
Joey's like, hey, let's go. Let's go to the front. But then he's like, I'm not going to do
Michael
that.
said he fell asleep with 27 to go in the Xfinity race and woke up and was like, how is this race still going on? 3 overtimes, that's how.
Joey sees what's going on, goes to the outside, then he starts to throttle back.
That is so well done. Right at the line. I mean, it's easy to say, hey, help the
It's
guy
good to
out,
have
but then
teammates.
being able to make it
It's also
look
good when the guy you're racing for
like
points is riding in the back like 8 laps down.
Bubba 4th. Oh
back
boy.
on the
We are at
field.
lap 100 of 160. So we're going to have
Storms
60.
are coming in Bubba's 4th.
We got a Daytona 500 qualifying race left.
Yes.
Coming up on
Duel number 3.
so to get stage 3
60 to go.
Come on, Bubba.
McDowell in the 34 on the inside. The Daytona
Go to the
500
outside.
winner.
Go to the outside.
Alongside the 11 of Denny Hamlin, a 3-time
Fords on the bottom. McDowell, Logano, Cindric. Toyota's top. Hamlin, Bubba, and Truex. Chastain to the back bumper of Truex. I'm sure Truex can't feel good about that. Last time Chastain got to the back bumper of Truex on a super speedway, it didn't end well.
The Penske cars that are teamed up here, if they can help push that 34.
Toyota's organized up top. One Toyota missing the 18. Kyle Busch too fast.
Kyle Busch in the back because of a penalty. Ty Gibbs multiple laps down. Christopher Bell out of the race. That's the Toyota situation right now. I think Logano's going to win this race. That's my gut feeling right now. Denny Hamlin's got a vibration.
So the last thing here, you have is a wheel come off at Daytona.
The Ford's not going to stick together.
Logano and Cindric. Well, yeah, he stuck with Cindric. He ditched McDowell. What a shot.
Yeah, but they're going to ditch the 22 and the 2.
Really loose on the nose of that 11 car. Look
oh.
at the 2 car. Got his hands full.
And Joey dipped on his teammate.
Guys, as we saw them get rid of that Ford of Mike McDowell.
Oh, there goes McDowell in front of the field. Takes out LaJoy, Truex, Chastain, Byron. Busher gets a little bit of it, but I think Busher's okay. Oh, he's good. Busher will be good. So now Truex and Blaney are on an even playing field, except Truex has earned stage points. That's why you fight so hard for those stage points. Yeah. He's got the exact same damage that Blaney had. Truex and Blaney have the exact same damage.
This is rigged. This is fucking rigged.
I hear what Martin's saying. I'm not so sure. I don't agree with him. I mean, you've gained that many points. Why be in the middle of it? Enough guys are laying back at the back of the pack. You could have laid back with them and still.
Once again, another small wreck in front of the whole fucking field. We had a wreck earlier that was only like 5 cars going to happen in front of the whole field.
I think it's a mix of a lot of talent and the good play.
People behind him. Yeah, not everybody was racing.
Letarte and Jeff Burton can't decide who should talk right now. Well, Michael, you've lost Blaney. You've lost Bell. I think Busher's okay. Did Reddick cause this?
He said it. We shouldn't have been up there.
A little bit. McDowell, Reddick came together.
Truex just wrecked on his own.
Yeah, that was weird.
He what?
It was Ross Chastain in the one that was right behind the 19. You'll see it right here as the scenes kind of part. And
did he get run over by Chastain or?
Yeah, just it's Daytona. It's that whole debate we just had. This whole wreck.
He got a little hooked by Ross.
I think he might have just set off the gate.
Oh no, Ross came to another. I'm kidding. Nothing happened there that anybody could control.
Just a nice job slowing down, luckily not getting run over from behind.
Yeah, Bubba made it through. Chase made it through. McDowell's pretty much junk. Damn, Corey almost got flipped. But he's fine, I think. He does get hit again here.
Same right front damage. They all got the same.
Everybody's getting the same exact right front damage in these wrecks.
Aggressive goes around.
And aggressive goes around.
When you started pushing him.
I think Truex's car is better than Blaney's because Truex's front wheel's still straight. Blaney's was like fucking inside out. But Truex's right front wheel's still straight. He said steering's fine, so Truex should be okay.
Take a second here. The 19 is right here.
Not going to have a lot of speed, though.
The 4th car in line. Because you were calling it live, they look pretty good. So let's take a look at where he gets in this accident, Jeff.
Yeah, he just, like we showed earlier, he can't see all this starting to happen. So he starts seeing.
Corey LaJoy almost flipped.
Drivers are slowing up. He tries to get slowed up. Just got hit just in the back a little bit, shot him to the right.
Look at Cody Ware not getting in that wreck. Look at that. That's a driver right there in that 51.
Busher was not bad.
Yeah, Busher got a little of it.
I was like, did he make contact with the right front fender on the wall, or what happened there? Right here, watch this right front fender.
I think Busher's in better shape than anybody else that was in that.
Wow.
So Steve,
I was wondering where the fender came off. That's crazy.
So Steve, the great thing for Mark Truex,
Like a bomb went off.
Steering's fine.
Yeah.
So right now that means
That's why his steering's fine, because he never actually got hit in the right front. It was just the fucking fender blew out when the tire exploded. All right, Truex is fine. They can patch that up. He'll be all right. He can get back in the pack. Here we go again. They're blaming Ross. They're blaming Ross Chastain. What the fuck do you want? There's a big fucking wreck there.
How do you get ran over in Daytona?
You know, we have a heated debate, and we have really no.
They're blaming Ross, Truex's team.
Pressure these guys are put under to
Yeah, the guy that was like behind the fucking crash. Yeah, blame him.
The risk you take to put yourself in that position.
And there's good answer.
Ross is beached over here on the backstretch.
Around in the back, find a way to win. We've seen drivers ride around in the back, find themselves in a wreck.
Chastain, LaJoie, Reddick, Busher, Truex, Byron, and McDowell, another mini one. Almost identical to the wreck earlier, just further down the backstretch.
He was on the apron. Dave.
Damn, this race is really happening. It's not raining.
James Small, the crew chief, about their philosophy, even at this point in the race, going for it and racing.
My favorite book growing up was the Chastain Bears. Chastain or Chastain, I can't remember which one.
As far as the car goes, you heard it. Steering is good. He thought the quote left rear might be out a little bit, so they'll come back down here again. It had a vibration, but Martin attributes that to the left side tires, which have not been changed yet. They'll come down, work on it some more here, and see what they can scrape together. Remember, 16 stage points earned already today. That was the good news. This wreck, the bad news so far for Martin Truex.
They're going to work some more on the 19. He's back on pit road.
And to Jeff's point, you know, they can't.
Why don't we start the Daytona 500 at 10 a.m.? That'll give them plenty of time if it rains. This should be the new norm for super speedways. Start them at 10 a.m. If you can't get up to watch a super speedway race, you're not a fan. West Coast people got to watch NASCAR at 7 this morning.
Must be nice.
I wish I could have slept a little longer, honestly. I was sleeping so good.
I think I got up to like 7:30.
I woke up at like 5:30, but I was like, no, absolutely not. And I was like, I'm not getting up right now.
No,
I could have.
As a matter of fact, I did. My alarm went off at 5:30.
I fell asleep.
Turn it off.
I fell asleep at like 1, maybe, and then I woke up at like 5:30. I was like,
By instantly, I turned my alarm off and went right back to sleep. I wasn't giving myself no chance.
And then I woke up at 9:30 to my alarm going off. I was like, gotta take a shower. How you gonna blame Ross Chastain for that? Give me a fucking break.
Yeah, the one ran you over.
They're covering everybody Chastain again. Shut up.
Yeah, the one ran you over.
Why don't you figure out how to win a fucking race and you won't be in this situation?
If Truex, if they believe that the one ran him over, then Denny Hamlin ran Eric Jones over.
Yeah, for real.
That was the same exact wreck.
Bubba Wallace is being listed by NASCAR on the damaged vehicle. What? Didn't look like anything was wrong. Dark clouds over the backstretch now. Jeff Gluck just tweeted, said, if this gets here, it could be a race ender. I hope it don't get there. Rain is forming near the backstretch area.
All these cautions are stopping the...
I know, the vortex theory. Get it going. Come on now.
All the stage break and then the caution. And...
It's not really supposed to rain till 1, but we're about 10 minutes till 12. So. I love when people share this fucking clip of Jeff Hammond. I've shown it over and over. If it will load for me. Hold on. Play the clip, fucker. Yeah, it was on NASCAR on Fox. Jeff Hammond putting a noose for the. I gotta end this. I can't take this no more. New Coke Zero Sugar. I don't drink that shit.
So Rick, we just saw another savages, car wreck here
Yeah.
in Daytona.
Oh, they were.
Let's talk about this next gen car. There's been much made about the wheels and different things.
What'd you miss, Chris? Truex got caught up in a big wreck, but because Ross Chastain was behind him when it happened, he's blaming Chastain, even though Chastain didn't do shit wrong and he got wrecked too.
One ran you over.
Reddick and McDowell caused the wreck, but Truex got fucking run over by fucking Ross Chastain. It's like, nah, you both got hit in the same fucking wreck. Shut up. Yeah, McDowell's done. He was leading the race when he got hooked with Reddick. Rain is possibly imminent. They had a big buildup of showers off backstretch turn 3 area. Could be coming, so got to race like hell. Run like hell.
Cable pulls, boom. The flap goes down
the diffuser to try to slow the air down with the whole goal of keeping these cars on the race.
A lot of good that did Harrison Burton back in February, that whole thing that's supposed to come down under the car. And
This is the Daytona 500. Tyler Reddick spins around.
yeah, and I'll show Burton's wreck in the Daytona 500.
We freeze it right here, right? Roof flaps down, and right there, the diffuser. Everything looks normal. As he spins around a little bit further, both roof flaps comes up, and bang, there comes that trap door. Now it's down.
That's just so he can take a shit. He's got a butt flap. Every car has a butt flap.
Truex pushes him. That car is trying to leave the ground. Those flaps kept it on the ground. Now, unfortunately,
Truex being a big fucking baby. That's what you miss.
Still exists. Contact.
Hey, here you go. Here's the Burton wreck.
Get you upside down. Harrison Burton got to experience it back in
His car turned at just the right angle to flip.
Contact with another car. A quick flip over.
Lucky
Landing directly on its roof. The young driver climbs out. The roof stays intact.
And then just now, McDowell, Corey LaJoie almost flipped.
He gets up in the air, spins around, and now these flaps come up. And you see the right rear of that car tries to leave the ground. When the flaps basically pop up, the car sets back down at 160, 170 miles an hour.
We're at 54 to go, and it's starting to get dark again.
Safer for everyone if they don't get in the air.
Yeah, Steve, remember, a commercial airliner, which weighs tons and tons and tons, it actually lifts off the ground at 170 miles an hour. These cars are going 193 miles an hour, and they're keeping them on the ground.
And just to clean up the whole story, so here are the roof flaps on the 9, right? Here's one, and here's the other. And basically the idea is there's two of them. And they're not open to the inside, right? That's a carbon box, and that's a carbon box. This has nothing to do with, like, letting air out of where the driver is sitting. They are purely changing the speed. If you sit on an airplane and you look out at the back of the wing, when those flaps go up and down when you're landing or taking off, it's the same idea. These are designed to change the airspeed of these cars when they're backwards. You can see the cable actually right there as well. There's the cable that's in there. So this whole system was a addition to
Green flag, 53 to go. Reddick somehow survived. He's got Stenhouse behind him. Bowman behind Logano. They're the front two rows. Bubba's still up here.
And Chase Briscoe.
Briscoe in the mix now. I got money on Stenhouse, though, so come on, buddy. The sun's still out on one end of the racetrack. I said earlier, I feel like Logano's going to win this race. He's leading. But there's a lot of desperate dudes up here. Starting with the 47 and the 23.
Alex, do it for Willie B. Send that motherfucker Earnhardt style.
Bowman closing up on the back of the
Reddick has the lead for now.
Trying to get that inside line.
I don't like seeing one of my cars pushing Logano, but he's got to do it. Just where he's at right now.
Really good push from this 47 car into the back of Reddick.
Reddick's going to lead this lap. Clear Logano. There you go. Take whatever you do. Get in front of the 22. Get in front of the fucking 22. He cannot win this race. Bubba trying to win me money. I got money on the 47. There's going to be a lot more wrecks. These guys are pushing harder than they ever have this entire race. Look at the end of the backstretch. Black. That is pretty ominous. See, they're pushing harder and harder. They're getting squirrely.
That was some shot.
Runs are coming quicker. Guys are going to start blocking runs they wouldn't have blocked earlier in the race. Logano's back out front, goddammit.
I think Jeff Burton was right, because now that the field resets, 4 points between Truex and Blaney, so the argument of not being in the pack for Truex might have been the right argument, but that'll be the only time I admit that in the public. Jeff was right.
It has been recorded, too, so the problem now is he can hold it against.
Truex is trying to win the fucking race. He was right to be up there. I don't want to hear it.
The 22 leading the inside line and
How many more full-screen commercials are we going to have, huh? At pivotal moments of the race.
Here comes Reddick in the 8.
Yeah, Michael, you should have bet on Joey. He's just going to throw a crazy block and kill whoever tries to pass someone. It's like really time to race for the win, which could be any time now. It's pretty dark over turn 3.
51 to go. We've talked about the weather that's in the area. I think crew chiefs and teams are not as worried about the weather being rain here at the racetrack. What they are worried about is lightning from that storm.
Ah, yes. It doesn't need to rain for this to end. 50 to go.
We don't know when this race might end.
Little bobble from the 22 right there down into turn 1.
I'm convinced that weather concern is what caused that last wreck. These drivers aren't looking at 50 to go.
2 by 2 by 2.
Any moment, that means the intensity level.
Logano saves it.
Pushed hard right there, almost into the side
Ooh.
of Reddick.
Was able to
That would have killed Stenhouse, so I'm glad he didn't wreck.
Alex Bowman giving him another shot.
Bubba, yeah, that would have been a just who knows who would have got through that. Somebody on the inside would have been likely to get through. Maybe a Hamlin or a Cindric.
Go to the bottom, Reddick.
Reddick's got the lead. You got to get in front of that 22. If him and the 47 can just clear that damn 22. Push, 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 Bubba, push. Get down to the bottom. Go to the bottom. Kyle Busch got a third line coming from the back. That's why these cars up front, Reddick and Stenhouse and Bubba, need to get to the motherfucking bottom.
Look at Harvick's right front.
Cloud looks like it's going that way.
I don't think it's going to rain. I ain't going to lie to you. I don't think it's going to rain. They don't sound too concerned. I think it's more just the chance.
Look at them fan back out 3 wide back here.
That big outside line.
Yeah, see, they're trying to get
that third line's coming. They're up almost to the top 10.
And I think Chase is leading it.
Yep, Chase is leading that third line further back. Stenhouse, Reddick in the lead. They could clear Logano if they want. Oh, Logano almost got turned again. You see that? 48 almost turned the 22 again. That inside line's getting hurt. Now Bubba swings to the bottom. Reddick goes down to block. Stenhouse stays in the top, gets a push from the 14. The 41 had to check up. Briscoe 3 wide for third to the outside. Yep, you got from third on back, the whole field's 3 wide. That's helping Bubba and Reddick up front. Stenhouse's car washed up off of 4. The third lane is possible. Now the third, oh, contact. And look at Bubba trying to get this lead. Everybody still has to pit again, by the way. Joey up the track. Everybody still got to pit again. We're racing like it's going to the end, but they got to pit again. Like there's no tomorrow. Stenhouse to the top in front of Logano. I'm glad they shuffled Logano out of this top 4. Reddick and Bubba have done a fantastic job of getting in this position. I hate that we got one pit stop left. Damn, Bubba. I thought Bubba was going to spin. Ooh, Bubba, you lost your line, buddy. He went to block the bottom. They shot to his outside. Just got to hold it down there. There's no formation in that outside now. Bowman takes the lead with a push from Stenhouse. Bubba to oh, no. You see a run coming that fast. I expect that front car to get turned. Bubba's okay.
Hard to the left there.
Just made a bad choice coming off of 4, but it didn't cost him too much. Lucky for Bubba, the outside line was like kind of screwed up when he did that. Logano back into third. He just won't go away, goddammit.
Now Bubba's got some help.
Well, Chase is just going. Chase has been in every line in the last little bit. He's just going everywhere. Bubba doesn't have any help. He's got Hamlin. The boss. 48, 47, 22 out front. 45 to go.
This inside line better get organized. Wild racing here in Stage 3 at Daytona.
And they go to commercial. They did get kind of single file. I guess that was probably the best time to go to commercial, but still, fuck you. No side by side. Why are we not getting side by side? I want answers, damn it. I want answers, damn it.
I'm suing.
You never watched Chappelle's show, but there was a skit where it was like, what if Dave Chappelle was being selected for the jury for the Michael Jackson trial and all these other famous trials for celebrity black people, you know? And he was like, talking to the fucking, he's getting interviewed at the jury. He goes, how come the police couldn't find Tupac and Biggie's murderers, but they arrest OJ the next day? Nicole Simpson can't rap. I want answers. Couldn't find Tupac and Biggie's murderer, but they arrested OJ the next day. Nicole Simpson can't rap. So you believe that Robert Kelly urinated on a 15-year-old girl? Man, for all I know, that piss could have been digital. He's defending Michael Jackson. The lady interviewing him goes, so you'd let your kids sleep at Michael Jackson's house? He goes, fuck no. Oh, Peacock and CNBC. I was like, wait, the race is on CNBC. I had my TV tuned to NBC, sitting there waiting for the race to come on. I was like, let me double check. I said CNBC on NASCAR.com, and I was like, oh. So they did a terrible job of letting everybody know what channel it was going to be on. Because if I don't know, you've done a terrible job, because I keep up with everything. People are going to get home from church and go, I'm going to go watch a race. Wait, it was this morning?
I know you know what I'm going to ask you.
Oh, shut up. That movie does look good, though. Kind of creepy. Commercial, I have nothing to tell you. I want to watch the race, not fucking, what's his name? What's his name from Field of Dreams? You know, it's a good thing this race started right after I woke up, because I'm really well rested. Not like the Xfinity race where I was just like, will this ever end? Will the pain ever end? Bowman, Stenhouse, Logano, Briscoe, Custer, and Justin Haley. Followed by Kyle Busch, who's already back up front, and Austin Dillon. They're single file against the wall, 41 to go. And lightning strikes, and Alex Bowman wins. Daytona Summer Race in jeopardy after Alex Bowman wins. Kyle Busch goes to the bottom to pick up Bubba and Hamlin. That inside line will be back here in about 3 or 4 laps. He won't let anybody. He won't let him win. But if he's behind him, I don't think he's going to bust ass to take him out or anything or get by him.
Hey, I'll take a little luck. Maybe I'll just be leading when it rains. I think there's a building down here in Florida. The radar is pretty covered with little spotty showers. If one hits this track at the right time, Marty, it could determine who makes the playoffs.
And look at that bottom line. The Toyota's starting to form up. Kyle Busch leading it.
40 laps to go. We've reached the 300-mile mark. Michael says NASCAR's going to rig it for Austin Dillon for the reality show. They need content for that shitty reality show nobody watches. Got to get Bubba in it. We still got to pit one more time, you know. We can't fucking lose sight of that. You can't go 60 laps at Daytona without pitting. And that's how long this run would be, the stage. Told you they'd be back in about, what, 3 or 4 laps? It took them like 2.
They're not quite as tight together. Going to lose a little bit of momentum here.
It becomes a little bit of a difficult scenario for Toyota because if Bubba Wallace wins this race, he could knock Martin Truex Jr. out of the race. So one Toyota would potentially get in, another one would get knocked out.
Rick, but a lot like last week, we saw 2 Hendrick teammates duel for the win.
Look at that rain over off of 3. You see that? I know it's far away, but damn, you can see just how much it's raining. Jeff Gluck took a picture of that a minute ago and said, if this gets here, it's over.
I think that's why the fans are
you could tell.
Fans tune in. Right here, he's on board with Austin Dillon, the Brez Tree camera.
Some lap cars up ahead.
I can't tell if that is a broken glass on the camera. Looks like it's had a little contact.
Is it a dead bug or broken glass?
Debris flying around these wrecks.
Couple cars up here on the inside, much slower.
It's Blaney and Ty Gibbs. I still don't know how Ty Gibbs had such a shitty race and went laps down. They had some kind of problem.
It's going to make it really tight over here in turn 2. A lot of wrecks off of turn 2 today.
One of them's at 12 of Ryan Blaney.
Everybody got through it pretty good. They were spaced out enough for it to not be a problem.
It's always a tense situation coming up on lap cars when you're 2x2. Everybody gets through cleanly.
If it comes down to Stenhouse or Bubba, who am I rooting for? Well, I mean, I got money. I got like $50 or something if Stenhouse wins. But if Bubba wins, I get the satisfaction of laughing at everybody that gets pissed off about it.
Parker.
As you see there, Michael McDowell's had such a strong season, but involved in that wreck there in a must-win position. Release from the infield care center. Michael, what happened there? Yeah, you know, with the weather, you know, right around the corner, we could kind of see that this was going to be an important restart and didn't want to give up the lead. But, you know, just fighting hard.
Stack up on the bottom there. Kyle Busch almost got turned in the middle of the corner.
Felt like we had a shot at it.
Bubba had to lift. Hamlin lifted. They've lost their momentum now. Big surge on the outside. You can pit now and make it. You want to be the first to pit road, so if a caution comes out, you cycle through to the front.
It's super speedway racing. We're all going for it there.
Justin Haley to the bottom with Eric Jones. Picks up Kyle Busch, Bubba, and Hamlin.
Hasn't Justin Haley won a
Yeah. Cindric's at the tail end of this pack, Michael. He's like 25th or so.
That's how much it means.
That 31's slow, though.
That 23 back there trying to.
Colin cars just don't have the speed.
Kyle Busch had a moment down here in turn 1 and 2. Gets a little bit loose off the nose of the 23. A couple of tank slaps right there. He gathers it back up.
Joey to the bottom.
Joey shot to the inside and took Briscoe with him. They hung out to 48. Logano back to the lead again. Logano's just controlling this whole race. As long as Logano's in the top 5, he's in control, I feel like. Briscoe ditches him. What a move. Yeah, it looks like he kind of ran into the 48. I don't know how they didn't wreck. Ooh, Briscoe loose. Shout out to Briscoe for not being content to follow this fucking clown. There's going to be a wreck right there. It is. Bowman, Stenhouse, Custer, Briscoe. Bubba spins. Doesn't hit anything. Lock it down, Bubba. Lock it down. Oh, Bubba's done. He slid through the grass and hit the 14. Tore the left front off.
He got hit. He turned him.
Briscoe claims more value. You know, I like how Ross Chastain, he didn't do it on purpose. He didn't do it on purpose, but I like how Briscoe causes more wrecks than anybody, but Chastain catches hell. I told you it was going to be a wreck the moment it happened. 35 to go. Everybody's going to pit here, and you can make it now.
In front of the 22 of Logano, and this happened.
Harrison Burton got spun. I was like, what a move, Briscoe, and then this happened. A little bit of 48, a little bit of 14. Fucking Stenhouse.
Well, Logano, Justin Haley, Eric Jones.
Well, Stenhouse kept driving. Bubba was about to be okay, but that car just slid through the wet grass and hit the 14 at the very end.
Was working its way upside down. Let's take another look
Yeah,
at this right
Briscoe's car tried to flip over.
This thing gets backwards, it turns around, and it climbs a
So
long
you got
ways
Logano,
off the ground before it comes
Haley,
back
Eric
down. My
Jones,
goodness.
Stenhouse,
That thing is
Hemrick,
that's scary
Hamlin,
because listen,
Chase.
tipping over is bad enough, but then flipping into the grass and into traffic. You know, we've seen other cars. This will be a great onboard. Let's take a look.
Bubba's visor cam. I want to see what happened at the end that made him hit the 14, like well after the wreck was over. Oh, he got doored by Austin Dillon, who was just trying to miss everything. Lock it down. I thought he was good. I thought he was good, and then it just doesn't even slow down. Yeah, you seriously couldn't have took Logano. He overcorrected, and it saved Logano.
It's so aggressive.
I don't know how bad Stenhouse got it.
So thankful those flaps work, put that car back on the ground. So thankful this 3-car backwards on board with Austin Dillon. See how he gets turned around.
He got hit by Cole Custer.
He spin on the pit road.
Good save.
Man, that is just
Yeah, Austin
scary.
Dillon actually did a good job there.
Normally pit lane is a long ways
Going
away,
that fast.
but the end of the pit road and down to pit stall 1, you know, you're still a pretty safe distance away, but the speed is obvious.
Nobody did anything wrong there. Just Briscoe seems to be at the center of a lot of wrecks.
Don't get him in the lead.
They want advantage
Don't
round of playoffs.
Stenhouse hit him right there. He's
48's damage is
left
heavier
front
than
damage.
I initially
Little
thought.
left front.
Man, that is
Incredible that the 14 stayed on the ground.
He's got to get through it clean. He's on the brakes.
I think Eric Almirola in the 10 also
Same thing that
an
happened to
evasive
Michael McDowell.
move down pit road.
How fast that 48 turned. If I was on the inside, I thought, oh, they're wrecking up there, and the 48 just goes whoop down in front of the inside.
Right there at the top of your screen, kind of, and he's now going to turn left to miss the 23 just
Look at
barely.
this run. Yeah.
Almirola.
And then the 3 spin out in front of him. Not sure where he's going to go.
This is not safe. I give Austin credit on that. He better
Dylan
show that one on
slides.
his TV show.
Right, you know the intensity we're picking up. You know, 8 drivers involved, 6 of them must-win drivers, and I think, you know, that's what we've talked about all week, right? Like they are going to have to push this to an uncomfortable level because their season is now on the line.
The left front looks straight on Bubba's car.
They'll still get to run the final
Doesn't it?
races, but it's
They're having to drag poor Custer out of the swamp.
I mean, you look at it. Austin Dillon was one we talked about. Harrison Burton actually, we didn't.
Yeah, 6 p.m. start at Darlington. We're going to have to go see another movie or something next week. Starts earlier than Martinsville, so it ain't that big of a deal.
Seen his consistent runs down here. I will say the 47, though, at this point, from this distance, looks pretty decent. Let's listen into the 48.
Unless that's one streaming on.
And I couldn't get off the 14. I left it and just kept getting shoved and couldn't get off of them.
Like I said.
I mean, drivers, that's kind of it, right? You see the issue, but the guy behind you doesn't see the issue, so you just kind of get pushed off into the wreck.
Yeah, the 14 gets up the racetrack, and the 48 knows I do not want to push him in the left rear. But he can't. He's trying to throw.
14 kept drifting out towards the wall.
Sending him forward into the back of that 14. He's like, I know what's about to happen here. Right? There's nothing you can do. So helpless. But the 14 being so far up the track really gave the 48 no opportunity to get to the right rear quarter panel. Right?
So Jeff and I talked about, hey, be in the pack or not in the pack. But take me into this. You know, so easy to say, well, just
closer and closer.
But how many times does that happen and they don't wreck? Like, we watch these guys going around there, and we're oohing and we're on. It's like, as a driver, I don't want to say you get numb to it, but you just have to be committed, right? Jeff? Like, every time a guy gets a little out of shape, you can't completely just check up. You just have to keep rolling.
The race,
you know,
the
1 out of 10
Xfinity race,
ends up with a car back.
way before the end, a dude posted, watch, this race is going to end because of a
better than the other line, whether it be the outside or the inside. The reason that line's
10 minutes ago, dear sweet baby Jesus, let Chase Briscoe pull this off.
So that's the problem. You're that close to somebody. If something happens, you
Gave Logano the fucking lid. Once again, Logano just won't go away.
Everybody's in a window here, so you sure with the weather? What do you mean, am I sure with the weather? I mean, it stayed the same. I can't predict it, but if it goes green, we're going to have
Wonder if somebody will stay out.
Everybody's a weatherman.
Justin
the driver's like, are you
some of those
sure?
guys.
Because he's looking out of the window, and he's
Justin
like,
Haley's
I see
the leader.
dark clouds, and the problem for the crew
Well,
chief
Logano's
is he's
leader.
been watching his radar, and it's kind of stayed
Haley stayed out.
I'm ahead. My bad.
Okay, Haley and Eric Jones stayed out.
That was a spoiler. I'm ahead.
You're all right.
Parker, it looks like a few coming in.
Right, Joe Logano decides
Somebody, I thought somebody might stay out and take a chance. Old BJ.
We're told the rain was about 7 minutes out, and that was about 5 minutes ago, Dave.
Woohoo!
Justin Haley again.
The front end is really
the
too far down the track.
Justin Haley trying to steal another one, guys. He stayed out. He cannot make it 32 laps, but he might not have to go 32 laps to win this race.
How good is your weather forecast, Dave? Chase Elliott coming
Joey
down
gives
pit
up the
road,
win,
full
just like
fresh
Kirk
tires,
did,
the fuel he needs
At least this gets Joey out of the lead for the moment.
Even if it don't end now,
staying out, boy, it's getting interesting.
The 31, the 43, the 78.
Imagine how Eric Jones feels. He's like, I'm
Stenhouse has damage, so just 3 cars stayed out. Now, Ty Gibbs is laps down, I'm pretty sure. I don't know who got free passes and who got them win, but
it's got Bowman as the first car lap down.
yeah, and he was in a
And
caution.
Todd
So
Gilliland last car in the lead lap.
I was sitting there wondering, like, somebody gonna stay out and try to run at least 15 more laps? Get lucky.
See, look at all these spots. Blaney keeps gaining.
31 ain't got the speed to win, so they got to do this.
43's got it.
Yeah, Justin Haley's playoff. If Justin Haley wins, he's in. He's eligible. If Eric Jones wins, he's eligible.
Eric Jones, I would be favored to win in this.
BJ
That's who I would want to win.
BJ McLeod winning would just be great.
43 win the finale. I feel like that could be a momentum team.
Oh yeah, and he's really good at Darlington.
Yeah.
Eric Jones is so good at Darlington.
Momentum.
He's good enough to win in the 43 at Darlington. I know he is. Darlington is Eric Jones' best track outside of obviously Daytona.
I guess BJ decided to pit.
Disappointing. I guess he saw he wasn't going to lead, so he's like, fuck it.
Well, the thing is, Eric Almirola 4th, and he pit.
Yep. That's another one. If Almirola wins, he jumps in. Jones is in a tough spot. He needs it to rain or lightning because he can't make it to the end. The guys that just pitted can't, but the 3 that stayed out, they have to pit if it goes that long.
looks back to Justin Haley and what he was doing in 2019. A big wreck happens, and they make the decision when so many cars come to pit road to stay out.
They got the one to go, so Kurt Busch pitted.
Yeah, I remember. And just moments
and
later,
right when that happened,
the area, and then rain, and it ends up Justin Haley is in victory lane celebrating.
Well, the teams are getting smarter. That was kind of at the front end of this lightning policy. We always knew rain would end a race. But, you know, as technology improves, lightning can be detected, you know, and it's a very serious situation. So now there's things in place. And that's exactly what the 31.
these guys can go about 15 to 18 more laps, probably. Yeah. They didn't have the speed, so why not? And it's getting dark again. Yep. They can go 15 more laps, just about.
It's Trent Owens right there with the sunglasses.
Take the chance. That's what I was hoping for when they were opening pit road. I'm like, somebody stay out. Come on.
The rain is coming. I like this call from Trent. Guys, you know, we talk a lot about, you know, calling in the Xfinity Series and their jump to Cup and perhaps about A.J. Allmendinger at the road courses. But Justin Haley, in my opinion, is having a very...
So Jones and Haley cannot make it. They stayed out hoping for weather. Logano and Almirola and everybody else, they can make it.
He runs well. He runs inside the top 20 quite a bit. When you look at it, right, he has a couple top 10s with only a couple DNFs. He runs all the laps. I think that helps him as he moves into his Cup Series career. Junior, I know you love him as a drafter. I mean, 4 times in the Xfinity Series, he seems always find his way to the front. Yeah, he's great.
Cody wears 14th. You heard it. He should have stayed out. Here we go. Better push on the bottom, Logano to Haley, and he'll hang Haley out real quick. I know he will. He's fast. Logano's car is so good he can just about do whatever he wants. 30 to go. Oh, Haley pulls up in front of the 43. Oh! Save it. God, stop. Haley blocking mid-corner. There goes Logano. There goes Jones.
Yes.
And this lets Haley keep the lead and save gas with a yellow. Logano didn't get a lot of damage, but he's lost his track position.
What the Haley needs, right? Because now it's just
Justin Haley said, nope, 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 nope. This way also closed. Bye. See you later. And
15 more laps, maybe 16. He could
Justin Haley blocking like a motherfucker mid-corner. Probably. 30 laps is a long time, but at least Joey lost his track position. The 43's fine. Joey's fine, but they're going to be in the back now.
You have to treat this as if you're coming to the
43 trying to get around the pit road on these flat tires.
Logano's got flat tires.
Looks like he has a bit of a toe issue.
Oh, yeah. No, they knocked the fucking toe in Logano's car. That's more damage than I thought.
Flat tires and a toe issue. I agree.
Oh, what a shame, guys. Old Jolo ain't going to win after all.
Maybe it's a rear toe link bent. We can't tell.
Yay.
With the front. Yeah, that's what it looks like. I think the tail's to the left.
We mentioned Justin Haley, an aggressive.
That was aggressive, all right. And now it's going to go rain.
Right now, the teams are looking at
save gas, save gas.
Drivers are being told there's a cell that is to the
it's like the rain ain't moving. It just builds and sits there. It was like that last night.
How long will it take until potentially a lightning strike or potentially rain? They want to be up front if that possibility happens.
Well, and you have to remember, right, it's not just...
I think the crew guy's laughing.
Points. Like,
Truex is a 6-point lead over Blaney for the final playoff spot if Haley wins. Probably not. That was a 2-car spin is all that was.
Back there in 30th. Truex is riding around in 14th right now. 6 positions on the racetrack is what keeps Truex in front of Blaney in points. That only matters if we have a new winner, but oh, by the way, that's what we have, is currently a new winner leading the race. So, very complicated situation. It'll be an emotional week for Blaney. Remember, this all really kind of started with the Kurt Busch news, right? Like at one point, we thought there was only one spot, and Kurt Busch removes his medical waiver because of his concussion, said, I'm not going to come back.
Ooh, Logano couldn't make it to pit road. The fucking whole left front just caved in.
It won't turn left.
Logano's car will not turn. Look at everybody pointing and laughing in the stands. You see that?
I would too. If I was sitting down there, I would.
Yeah, Logano's day's done. He's done. I didn't think he was done, but when I saw that left front caved in.
He's wanting to push him from behind. NASCAR's built these new rigs where they hook up to the wheels.
So Joey's done. That's awesome.
Yeah. So we got what we wanted.
And look at the clouds.
And look at the fucking darkness.
That's what these drivers and teams are seeing.
Now at this point, I'm hoping Justin Haley gets lucky.
It looked like a Christmas tree to him. I mean, it was like it's Christmas
Christmas Day.
Best case scenario for Justin Haley.
Out front at Daytona, 28 laps to go.
Look at the split.
Yeah. That Harvey Dent guy they got going on. I'll be right back. Just had Powerades, but now there's a big ass Gatorade sitting in there. I'm gonna message Anthony and say, well, you missed the race. I can't believe it didn't rain. Yet, anyway.
I hope Michael put like $20 on Justin Haley. Wonder what the odds was. What do you think Justin's odds was?
Pretty low.
About 80, maybe 80 or 100. Because I know it's Daytona, they're not going to give them like the high 2s and 300s like it would. Like you go to a road course, Cody Ware's got like 15,000 to 1 odds. I'm always like, that's almost worth putting $1.
Those goddamn Mormons made Anthony miss this race. My God, you want to watch 2.5 Men on Peacock? Michael, you jinxed Eric Jones. IndyCar next week. I like how the commercial says next Sunday, but it doesn't tell you what time the race is on. I can't imagine why IndyCar doesn't get good ratings.
Haley had 50 to 1 on
50 to 1 for Haley. Damn, I could have won $100.
Ty Gibbs' odds were better than
Who the fuck made those odds? Yeah, past Daytona winner Eric Jones in a good car has lower odds than Ty Gibbs.
Rick Trent Owens is a crew chief for Justin Haley. We just saw him hold the pack off there. Can he do it again, or does he need the weather, Trent?
Yeah, we need the weather. I mean, this is our shot to win and try to get in the playoffs. So, pretty high risk call, but you know,
run it till it runs dry, motherfucker.
That's what we're trying to do. Good to have Celsius on the cars, primary, and we're just having a lot of fun right now. But it's going to be tough to hold these guys off. I mean, you know how these rain delays are, and it's
time. We're gonna restart with 26 to go. I just don't think Haley's gonna get it done.
And that's the risk we took. So.
The weather's pretty much stagnant. Chris Buescher's in the top 5. I'm still alive.
Even NASCAR's official odds both had Gibbs and Jones at 33 to 1.
Chris Buescher 4th.
I'm telling you, it's so close to turn 1. It's right behind me.
Fight like a motherfucker. That's Brett Griffin. Brett Griffin spots for Justin Haley. He said, dude, it's like, I can see it. It's going to rain. Hang on. You got to block and take every fucking run. Be an ass. Haley and Suarez on the bottom with Kyle Busch. Almirola and Buescher didn't get going on that outside too well. Haley got too big of a gap. Too big of a gap. He's got to throw a crazy block. Haley's going to wreck the field. Woo. Almirola showed a lot of patience there to not just swing to the bottom. Because we're on Peacock. I'm going at like 25, 20 frames a second right now. They're stacking up again. God, Haley's doing a really good job.
The 77?
Yeah, the 77, Landon Castle.
And the 15? What?
Haley's doing a really good job. I don't think Haley has the car to win. I just don't think they have the car, but he's doing a great job. 25 laps. Allegedly 25 to go. Suarez to the top, going to take the lead, and Haley wisely doesn't block that run. Suarez and Almirola outside. Kyle Busch getting loose in the corner. Hamlin again having to back off of somebody off of 2. Suarez leading. Almirola second. Buescher third. Inside's losing momentum.
When will he dive to the bottom? He's got
Chase bringing the big push to Buescher.
Eric Almirola.
Get Buescher up here, get this win.
Eric can't do anything by himself. He's hoping to pick up somebody from behind. Now he's got the 31 car of Haley.
If there's another caution now, Haley will just have to pit unless he can get this lead back. Denny throws up in front of Buescher. Kyle Busch in front of Hamlin. Haley to the top. They all just go to the top. Here comes a big run for Kyle Busch. Hamlin sells out Kyle Busch. Hamlin ditched his teammate. Oh, Buescher. 3 wide through the middle. Kyle Busch lets him have it. Oh, man. Justin Haley's remarkable at this. Still trying to get himself back in position. Here comes Reddick. Haley blocks Reddick's run. Big run. Hamlin takes the lead. Buescher goes with him. Hemrick to the bumper of Suarez. And now Hemrick goes up in front of Hamlin. And, behind Hamlin in front of Buescher. They don't wreck somehow. Hamlin's leading. Once again, Denny Hamlin's God on a super speedway. Suarez led that lap by a nose. Oh, this is going to be a wreck right here. Buescher had to let the 16. Oh, there they go. Hamlin, Stenhouse, Buescher. Oh, Austin Dillon. What? No. Austin Dillon's got the lead. What? I was like, who's going to get through? Austin Dillon. He's the only car. Cody Ware, second.
I've never seen racing that intense in Daytona. Never.
What in the...
We have strayed so far from God's lot. Give me a break.
I can't do this.
Both my bets are out, and Austin Dillon gets the lead. 22 to go. Caution's out. The sun is out again. It's raining, motherfucker. It's pouring. Yep, it's over, guys. Oh, dear God. And it's raining on the front stretch.
It's only 12:30.
It's early, yeah. Don't call this fucking early. Fuck you.
But these cells have popped up.
Who's left?
With 22.
Who is left? Harvick's got Harvick was about to be the first one through. Cody Ware, Landon Castle, Austin Cindric, Martin Truex, B.J. McLeod, David Reagan in the 15.
This is the Xfinity race all over.
Look, the sun's out. We're fine. Yeah, because he got hit again in this wreck. I thought he was going to be the first one through. I was like, who's making it through? I thought Burton, no. I thought Bubba, no. I thought Harvick, and then it closed up, and there goes Austin Dillon.
I was with you when we started there.
Cindric, Cody Ware. Cindric made it through.
Take a look from the 3 right here. I want to know how he gets through it because he's the only one on the apron.
It was raining.
A little bit.
They spun from the lead.
Yeah. It was drizzling at least.
Watch the front cars. There's like 3 of them that spin at the same time.
17 and Buescher trying to go into the middle there on the 31, on the 16.
Look.
I'll be damned. Yes, it was wet.
Well, the 31 just lost it too.
Suarez lost it by himself completely. That had to be rain. That was rain. Suarez spun by himself. Wasn't anywhere near anybody.
Yeah, guys, there were a lot of drivers saying, hey,
it was raining.
Why are we racing right now? And that could have been the result of what happened there.
It was raining and Suarez spun.
It's a clear indicator. Inside lane, very top. All right, as they roll through here.
Suarez.
Yeah, oh my God.
They all slid.
Fucking 2001 All-Star race. God, Stenhouse went up and over on Almirola.
Spotter was telling him it's raining, and then after that all went down, Justin Haley came on the radio and said it was raining. So
of course, Haley was like, God damn it, it was raining. It was. The sun was out, so you really couldn't tell.
All 3 cars.
3 cars. Oh, you could see it on that. Dear God.
You see the rain falling. They all go down to the
That was a rain wreck.
Suarez almost flipped on his own.
We don't know if these guys have grip.
But Bubba didn't wreck though. He just spun.
We've
He
seen
went
this.
down and spun.
We've seen this happen in Xfinity group qualifying a couple years ago. They were going down the back, and all of a sudden it just went whoosh like the rain. It wasn't like the rain started; it just went immediate, and everybody started wrecking.
I can't believe Cody
You
Ware.
can't tell it's raining down there.
Cody Ware has the
we're
cleanest
right
car
here
in this
next to
race.
the NASCAR tower. I know they have spotters out there, but obviously it came really quick.
Don't you hate it when they come quick? A rain wreck. And Austin Dillon makes it through to take the lead.
Like, look at this right here. I mean, so Dan, you and I, the first replay.
It's amazing how fast the track can just go from like somewhat dry to too slick to fucking race on.
It was the whole front of the field.
Well, I'm not winning any money today regardless. That's unreal.
Pouring rain. It's just a. It happens so fast.
Almighty, dude.
Everything's
In-car
fine, and
cams
then
on
they
the
drive
pits.
right into that shower.
It wasn't raining on the short chute heading to turn one. None of these guys had any idea.
So many cars collected.
Didn't realize I was watching the
Again,
2001
the three
Winston.
shoots through from down on the apron.
That's what I just said.
So two drivers that had a shot win this race. They move into the next round of the playoffs, but on top of that, get their first win.
And oh yeah, if Austin Dillon wins, he knocks either Truex or Blaney out.
Well, Truex made it okay.
It looks like the season
Yeah.
got apart.
So I guess Truex is going to be in a good spot here.
And they made contact. And they were in the best spot to get
Harvick
through this, but the track
almost-
was wet. And Ty just couldn't keep the car underneath him.
God,
So
that was amazing.
we've seen this. Let's just watch this all the way through, right? The three of Austin Dillon. Here's the drop.
I wonder where Joey come out on this. Or no.
21 dead sideways on the brakes. Turn left.
Forgot he got
Get
good.
into the spotter. I'm imagining
Todd, you're right. Daytona, may the worst car win. May the only car left win.
at that point.
I hope Cody
That
Ware
is
wins now.
crazy. The
because
21 of Harrison Burton, the 42.
Harvick is technically second.
Jeff, but
Harvick would have to pit here. Harvick's second with 21 to go.
And now these cars are all riding around. Some of these cars have gotten that wreck. They're all riding around with flat tires, with wrecked race cars, but
They're leading everybody down pit road. They're going to red flag it. They're not going to call it this early, I'm pretty sure. Because it's a...
Here comes the rain now. It is a heavy downpour.
Oh, no. That just
That
lightning,
is
too.
coming right now.
Oh, boy.
And they'll pull onto pit road and red flag this
21 to go. We got a red flag, and it's pouring rain with
race.
more on the way.
21 laps to go.
And Austin Dillon got the lead through all that mess.
And what do you do? I mean,
Harvick second with
you
that
can't
car.
throw the yellow cones.
Make a die cast of that.
You know, I don't
They
know what
probably
else you can
could.
do in that situation. You can't have
Harvick was an inch away from winning
around
this.
this racetrack waiting on a shower to pop
And it wouldn't
up.
have been close.
Justin Haley was so close, dude. They were right to do what they did. And I knew they were going to be right.
There was a light shower in round two, but it didn't affect them to the degree that it did just now.
Austin Dillon's the Derek Cope of this generation.
Based on how hard it's raining at that time, it's got to be something that is
It's pretty substantial rain now.
That was not decisive in turn 1 and 2. This, what we're seeing right now, is very decisive.
If they lose the track, they'll probably call it, and they're
That's
losing the
most
track.
difficult part about this situation is how would you have fixed that, right? When they
Gotta
were
get them
pulling
car
out the
covers out. That's what they're all rushing out there to do.
There's no water on anybody's windshields until they got right there, and I
In
just
some
don't know
spots, it
how
doesn't look that
in the
bad.
world
In other
you could
spots,
make that problem go away.
They drive into the shower, and then as we're watching on the roof camera of the 3-car Boston Dillon, in another 100 yards, he's out of the rain. You know, it's just that one little area of the racetrack, which is such a big racetrack.
I love that. Caution's out,
before.
coming to the
With
line.
eight
Austin
rain
Dillon,
and
it's
eight
raining as he comes
Right
to the
there.
line.
yeah. You couldn't have wrote this one up any better.
Way too soon. Made that mistake before. I tell you that some drivers also that
Now we wait.
if this is over, some huge days.
There's that douchebag from the reality show.
77 car driving for Fire Motorsports. Cody Ware driving the 51. Two teams that finish in top 5.
Gonna have to watch that episode when it comes out.
Cody Ware driving the 15 car in
Cody Ware's third.
No one driving the 10.
Michael, put $1 on Cody Ware. Hell, if it gets going, they'll have a chance.
Opening up now. It is a big cell that's coming through. The question is, how much continues to build behind it?
It's building. The cell that popped up on top of us is just getting larger, and that's really, and it's right over the back straightaway or over the front straightaway grandstands, moving sort of.
It's rigged. NASCAR's controlling the weather. They'd be saying that if Bubba was leading, but if the 3 cars leading, no, look at that.
I think this proves the vortex theory is real.
Marty.
Yeah, the fact that we made it this far.
Down here on pit road, it's sunny. It's pouring down rain at the same time. Austin Dillon trying to catch his breath and just figure out what has happened here in the last 5 minutes. So walk me through.
He's not going to be happy until they call it.
I can see your hand shaking right now.
Yeah, good Lord above, crazy faith. Hopefully all the glory goes to him. I mean, for where we're at in this race, no matter if we go back or what. I mean, a minute ago we were a lap down. We got the lucky dog. Chevy's out front right now, so.
They were a lap down before the last caution and got the free pass, and now look at them.
We'll see what happens and how it plays out, but just proud to be in this moment right now, and hopefully.
He was a lap down, got the free pass because of the Eric Jones Logano wreck.
Just stay focused, try and finish the job off where we're at. We're in a good position right now, and got a pretty good race car for how many things we've gotten caught up in today. So she's pretty healthy, and we'll stay in the.
They've called him earlier before.
Can you describe how crazy the racing has been, especially when everyone knew the rain and the lightning was close?
Yeah, it's pretty intense. I mean, you're going to put yourself in constant bad positions trying to get to the front, and things are going to happen with Daytona being the last cutoff race. So
that leaderboard is accurate. The 14 names you see there is what we got.
BJ 8.
You mentioned a moment ago you guys were a lap down. I'm sure it's a moment of saying, hey, you never give up here. But did you think at times today, we're out of it, no way?
I just kept telling
this
myself,
fucking race is over.
Give yourself another shot, give it another shot. And,
it's over, guys, I'm telling you.
I thought that was pretty key. We were racing
I wish it wasn't, but it is.
Caution came out quick and flipped our game around. And I was kind of, when you get back far enough, it's very hard to make moves. The middle closes up, and that's about the only position you can go to. I was on the bottom, and my grandfather's always told me, man, when it gets wild like that, use the bottom so you have an out. And it worked for me a couple years back, and it's working right now.
As it starts to pour harder here on the road, what are you going to do for the next maybe 15, 20, 30 minutes until we get a word from NASCAR?
Just hang out with the guys and pray a little bit.
There you go. And
oh, praise Jesus. Oh, praise Jesus. They'll probably make one attempt at trying to drive the track. It'll keep raining. They might try to make one attempt.
No, we are not celebrating yet with Mike Dillon. He's seen this movie before, and you just don't know until
there's only
official. What's going through your mind right now?
Well, it's raining a lot, so I'm not sure. I think it's pretty dangerous out here for these folks that are in the rain and all. But yeah, it's not over yet. So we'll when they call it, then we'll get happy about it. But God got us through that one for sure. So we're blessed, and then maybe it'll happen. We'll see.
You were watching that, and when all the cars were spinning, all the cars were wrecking, and Austin's came through. What'd you think?
Again,
I was looking for somebody to get through. I was like. Because I knew, I'm like, man, whoever gets through this is going to be in real good shape to win.
We had a car that was still pretty decent, and so don't know how it was going to work out, but this right here was pretty cool.
It ain't gonna, I don't think. I want it to so bad, but I don't think it will.
Austin hopes it does. Jeff Burton?
Yeah, Mike Dillon is one of the great characters in this sport. He's such a fun guy.
He was a cuckold to Dale Earnhardt, who was allegedly banging Richard Childress' daughter back in the day. That was an old rumor. Earnhardt was having an affair with Richard Childress' daughter, who eventually married Mike Dillon. So Mike Dillon's a cuckold. Bubba and Harrison.
Quite a few laps turned and races run by Mike Dillon. And a lightning strike.
So Truex would be in, Blaney would be out.
Put on a lightning delay.
It's dry on the backstretch. Look at this.
I think that'll take less time than typically, though, Rick, because of the heat and the.
It's dry on the backstretch.
So where it would take 2.5 hours to dry.
Blaney's like, I ain't getting out. We're going back.
A little shorter time, maybe half of that time, since the whole track.
Okay, maybe there's a chance they get it going.
Never got any rain. At least
maybe there's a chance. Half the track's dry.
Yeah, that's crazy, right? I mean,
and the sun is out. That helps, like Junior said. Look, dry. Over half this racetrack is completely fucking dry.
And it basically turned into a points battle with Truex and Blaney, and Blaney got in that early accident. There's Truex.
The front stretch, though, was pouring.
That restart could have gone the wrong way for him as well. He could have given up the points. Currently,
Truex doesn't care if it gets going or not.
So that's really how he has enough points to kind of get through all this. And just think about the week, right? Leaving Watkins Glen, it was Blaney in, Truex out, only one spot available.
Cindric can get the Daytona sweep if they go back.
Just accept that he's not coming back, removes his waiver. Very gentlemanly thing to do. Say, hey, if
as
I can't
damaged as
playoffs,
all the
I'm gonna give
cars
somebody
are,
else
I
a shot.
legitimately
That
think
opened
that those
the
shitty
opportunity
ass
for
Yeah.
you,
back markers
and yet
have a
we still
legit
have a new winner.
Yeah.
Truex
As fucked
was
up as everybody's
probably
car.
David Reagan has a chance.
And then the 48.
I think the 77 does.
14
That run he
Yeah.
had on the outside earlier showed
cars
that he had
dropped
some
below
speed.
behind Truex.
Well, we know the
But
77.
it's a matter can they hold the fucking lead.
You know, Spire cars can lead a super speedway because Corey does it all the time, and that's what Landon's driving.
Steve, just before this wreck happened, Truex was 2 points up. And then they went into turn 1, and he comes out of turn 2, 12 points up. Right. He could have lost those two very easily down there.
I don't know what to do, guys. I don't know what to do.
And think about this, right? So Truex is second in regular season points, and he's going to get in. Ryan Blaney would perhaps
Cody Ware has a shot at a win
with the
if
fifth
it gets
most
back going
points
again.
accumulated by anyone in the garage. So, you know, in 1993, he would be sitting here fifth in points with 10 races to go. Welcome to the playoff era. Wins. You have to win. That's the only thing you can really hang your hat on. It proves being good in points is just not enough to build comfort as we get close to the end of the regular season.
Under a rain and lightning delay here at Daytona, the last race of the regular season, and the possibility of a new winner.
I can't stop the stream because if they call it, I want to be here. So I'm kind of stuck right now. I could start a Twitch stream with the PlayStation and leave this stream on at the same time. Could do that. It's not a bad idea. We'll see. We'll wait a little bit. I have a Twitch channel, yes, and if I do stream something on the Twitch channel while I'm live on YouTube, I'll tell you. I'll give you a link because I can set the PS5 up to stream on Twitch. You can have your two-screen experience. You can listen to my voice twice. You poor bastards. I'll be right back. I'm thirsty.
I think the fact that there's only 20 laps left will be the big factor in this. Yeah. Are we really going to wait hours to run 20 laps?
Message Anthony. He might get to see the end. Man, why couldn't Cody Ware have been the first car to get through that? That would have been great. RCR trying to get their third win of the year. When's the last time RCR won 3 races in a year? It was like 2013 probably. And they were all Harvick. 2017 they won 2. Newman won Phoenix, Austin Dillon won Charlotte.
From Daytona, the Coke Zero Sugar 400 under a red flag condition here for rain and lightning in the area. How have we got to this point right here? Let's take a look back. Early on, it was Ryan Blaney in the 12 on lap 31 involved into this accident.
It's been a good one. Be ashamed to end this way.
Then he hits the wall very hard. I thought their day was over. I mean, watch this hit from the 12 car. He comes across and hits this outside wall. The safer barrier moves. That is a big impact. The crew, though, keeps his car on the racetrack. You see it beaten and battered, but survived, currently riding around 6 laps down. That almost opportunity opens up. Lap 102, the 19 of Truex gets into this accident right here. Doesn't get much.
Oh, dude, when I played the Bears last night in our franchise, they had Alvin Kamara. Whenever I'd call a blitz play, I'd switch to the blitzer and just simply cover Kamara because it's all they had. I would just send myself after Kamara, and Trevor Lawrence had a horrible game.
That game I played against the Bengals, they got to where they would run up a hurry-up offense and then audible, and they were running the same exact play every time.
That's what the Panthers were doing to me last night in the franchise mode.
I was like, I know where all y'all's routes are now, so I kept covering the route. Sack. Melvin Ingram had 5 sacks that game.
I think I got Trevor Lawrence sacked about 5 or 6 times just because I kept taking Kamara away, and he would just stand there and stand there and stand there.
Let's go to Parker.
And one driver that was trying to do that at the front of the field as they headed off into
Poor Justin Haley was so goddamn close.
This is the same view they had when he won.
Yeah, I know. It looks like it's the same fucking thing.
Yeah, I mean, it was raining for a good lap before we got down in turn 1. My spotter said, coming out of 2, the previous lap,
I gotta
that it was
pee.
raining.
Be right back.
Then we just lost traction, so pretty unacceptable. But thought we did a good job all day with our Celsius Chevrolet, putting ourselves in position. Brett Griffin, Trent Owens, my crew chief, called that, stayed out, hoping for rain earlier. But, yeah, just tough, man. Fighting for my ride, fighting for my life every day. So we take these small opportunities and try to make something of it. But, yeah, you see as we went to turn 1 there, I mean, it was just no grip. Track was wet, so...
How would you compare the level of rain to what we had earlier in the race, where there was a little bit of sprinkles? Was it more intense?
Well, we all didn't wreck earlier, so, yeah, I mean, it was pouring. It was pouring as we went to turn 1. I mean, you see it right there. So, yeah, I don't know. You would think that we'd be a little more on top of that.
Definitely. You can understand how upset Justin Haley, this guy's wrecking there at the front.
Yeah, and Justin Haley, that was their strategy. Their strategy was be up front if the rain came, if lightning came, because they said they wouldn't have enough fuel to make it all the way to the end. Their strategy was hoping that the rain would come and end the race, or at least stop the race, but they were caught up in the accident that the moisture on the racetrack caused. So the 3 teams still sitting in front of their pit box. Again, the clouds and the storms, they're building, then they're parting, and so right now, this is typical Florida afternoon weather. The possibility of a rain shower is constant. It could come up at any time. We saw all of those accidents that took place, taking out so many cars. Instead of telling you all of the cars that have been involved in an accident today, there's only 6 drivers that haven't got damage today. The 2, the 5 had...
I keep going back and forth in my head because I understand how NASCAR thinks. Part of me is like, they don't want the regular season to end like that. They want it to go all the way down to the end. They don't want to determine a playoff spot on that. So they're going to do everything they can. The other half is like, well, 3 cars leading at Daytona. It's NASCAR. Who knows?
This is in-car camera. Just not seeing it. A lot of hard racing right there, but I don't know. Down the back straightaway into turn 3. Not a comment about rain or anything yet.
Here it comes again. Here comes help finally. And it just started raining up here. Work hard, man. Work hard. Work. Do not fucking lift for any reason.
Do not fucking lift for any reason. They didn't beep that out.
On top of that building that you just went by on the right side, you see the camera right there.
Oh.
That's when the wreck happened. So you heard Brett
Brutal.
Spotter say, hey, do not lift for any reason, and that's the mentality, right? That's what you have to do. And
Austin Dillon looks like a guy on NFL draft night sitting in the green room and he's falling through the first round, waiting to hear his name called.
You said earlier, Junior, once they got to turn kind of halfway between 1 and 2, it wasn't raining.
And the jet dryers are out.
I think he's nervous because he knows his job's on the line.
Yeah, right. The jet dryers are fired up. We got the Air Titans going.
How do you prevent that from happening again?
They only got to dry like half the track.
Look at it hard and figure it out. This, to me, is not like New Hampshire. You know, a couple years ago where
they're really going to try to get this going again. Like I said, I don't think they want the playoffs to be determined by something like this. Todd, the best part would have been this race ending on time, which means it would have been ending roughly now. And I'd be like, wow, I got my whole day left. Look, it never rained on the back side of the track.
That's why Junior was talking about it won't take them as long to dry it.
Yeah. Works for me.
So the 2022 season has, I think the correct word has been crazy.
Anybody got anything to do to pass the time?
Different winners in the first 25 races. The possibility exists it could be 16 if Austin Dillon gets the win here. 4 of the last 10 races have been won by drivers getting their first win of the season. Again, that'd be 5 of 11. 13 of the last 17 races. And yes, the numbers go up by 1 again if Austin Dillon stays up front here and the weather continues to stop this race from continuing.
You know, you can tell Austin's been around a long time, though, because his interview, I'm thankful to be here, but if we get back racing, like right, Junior, he wasn't ready to, accept this was over. He is still locked in. Even in his interview, he was looking forward if this thing restarts. He knows what he has to do. I appreciate that approach. I mean, you see the sky looking back at the beach.
Yeah, it looks good that way. Look the other way, it does look real good.
Shut up, Junior.
Off of turn 1 and behind the main
it looks good. We'll get it going.
Where the cells and
believe it.
The rain is continuing to move in this direction.
There you see it. It's just building on the west side of the racetrack. Slowly.
Radar, yeah. Once again.
Slowly moving west.
Man.
The biggest concern is the stuff we can't see, and that's those lightning strikes. You know, we've sat at many racetracks during practices and qualifying and not being able to run due to lightning strikes.
Yeah. Those cells, though, they build and then they'll disappear and another one will build somewhere else. It's really hard to predict.
Todd, you know they're never going to change super speedway racing. NASCAR loves this. They're never going to change it.
Probably had rain earlier.
People would complain about how boring it is if they changed it.
Because their cells were building just before 10 o'clock this morning here at Daytona, and thankfully they did not build.
Real weird of Austin Dillon to marry a wax doll from that fucking wax museum in California. I guess he's into that. Yeah, did Richard Childress buy Austin Dillon his wife? There's a red flag somewhere years ago, and Ryan Newman and Matt Kenseth are getting interviewed together, and they're talking about how Newman wants the race to get going again because Matt Kenseth has plenty of trophies at home. Yeah, Kenseth goes, yeah, he told me I got plenty of trophies at home, and Newman goes, yeah, and one of them's his wife. I wish I could remember what race that was. I want to say it was Charlotte. Well, if it was raining, why didn't they rig it for Bubba? Let everybody get their backup cars out to run the last 20 laps. Put everybody that wrecked a lap down and let them get their backup cars out and run the last 20 laps. Oh, man. NASCAR, you play stupid games, you win stupid prizes.
flag for weather.
Watch Truex get through this wreck.
Lap 138, Martin Truex Jr. trying to gain the points on Blaney to enter to the playoffs. Look at this, down into turn 1. A rain shower causes this big wreck. Veteran move on the brakes, heavy. Wants no part of what's going on in front of him. Gets down on the apron. Has to climb back on the racetrack. I mean, carnage in front of the 19 car, but he gets through this accident, and he currently sits inside the top 10 in the 7th position. And because of that, 12 points in front of Blaney, and in the last playoff spot, if the rain...
Justin Haley, when the wreck happened, it was fucking raining. Fuck every one of you. That's what he said on the radio.
I think Martin Truex, though, has stepped aside, and Dave Burns has him.
Gonna get comments detrimental to stock car racing. It's raining again. Just on half the track, but it's raining again.
Slowed down a lot. I seen the 99 in the front row turn completely sideways, and I stood on the brakes, and everybody just was still wide open. And then just kind of looked for a hole to get through. So yeah, Bass Pro Toyota's pretty beat up from that first incident through the grass, but we're in right now, so just see what happens.
Austin Dillon is the king of the Mickey Mouse. He really is. Coke 600 2017 fuel mileage. Daytona 500 2018 wrecks the leader. Texas stayed out, nobody could pass. Low horsepower. Coke 0400 rains in turn 1, everybody crashes but him.
In the middle of it, so yeah, just kind of the way it goes here, you know. Wrong place, wrong time, and now maybe right place, right time. We'll just have to wait and see. So it's just, this place is wild. You never know. You know, if we end now,
Denny Hamlin says he's hurt.
If we go some more, who knows what
Denny Hamlin's hurt. He's up walking around, but he says he's hurting really bad. He says he feels like he got punched in the mouth, and he says his back just hurts like a motherfucker right now.
The first wreck, I don't know what's bent. Something suspension-wise, it's really, really bouncy. Doesn't drive great, and right front fender's, you know, destroyed. Hood flat, all that stuff. So. It's not driving great, and it doesn't have much speed left, you know, like it did earlier. But
it's not a plate race until these three crash.
3 or 4 cars beat up.
Bowman, Truex, Byron every time.
You know, they separate the pack or slow the whole pack down, and we'll be just fine. So either way, we'll see what happens.
The goal from the start of the day was gain those stage points, pile them up first 2 stages. How did you feel about that?
Denny Hamlin was asked what could be done to prevent these incidents. He said better officiating.
Not great in the first one. I made one bad decision and lost potential of, you know, maybe 5 or 6 or 8 more spots, but good decisions in the second one, and worked with teammates and got in a good position there. So yeah, it's all you can ask for is, you know, try to make the right.
He glitched GTA Online to get like unlimited snacks, so he never has to restock. And he said, "No way they'll let this last."
Sometimes they all crash and you make it through.
And if you make it through to the playoffs and things end well for you this afternoon, what kind of a statement would that be for your team fighting today, but really kind of fighting the last few weeks to just try to make it a sure thing?
Well, we're fighters, and, you know, I don't know that it makes any kind of statement other than we're going to have a chance to go do something special, and hopefully we can take advantage of it.
I'm just scrolling Twitter to see the anger.
Going into the playoffs.
Yeah, I mean, we've been consistent, and, you know, we've had good speed at times, great speed at others, and, you know, we've been off time, you know, sometimes as well. But looking at the playoffs, you know, a lot of good tracks for us, and, you know, I feel we can step it up. And we're consistent enough to go.
Now NASCAR in the future will be even stricter about rain call. If it even looks like it's going to rain, they'll throw a damn caution next time.
Now with Martin Truex Jr., and I think you said you looked over at Austin Dillon, you said you'd do the rain dance for him, probably for you too.
They were showing a replay of the 2015 summer race at Junior won, and they had Junior reacting to it. They said, "Wow, Junior's leading the race and doing commentary at the same time. It's crazy."
Johnny Morris with Bass Pro Shop. Obviously, you see that logo on Austin Dillon's driver's suit as well. And so, under a red flag condition, a weather delay here at Daytona.
One of my favorite GTA YouTubers did all the new collectibles in GTA Online. He said, "I'm glad I spent 2 hours going around the map collecting 100 packages like a dumb fuck just to be awarded with a shirt." That's all you get for doing it. Oh, man. The classic GTA Online. Still waiting around, y'all. I don't know what to do. Somebody help me. No, Austin Dillon's the leader. 99 was in the wreck.
99 was the wreck.
Yeah, 99. Well, 3 cars hit wet track at the same time and all crashed in front of the whole field. And it's tough because Austin Dillon on the apron didn't have any raindrops on his camera. So it just happened out of nowhere. Everybody said, oh, it was raining for a whole lap. You couldn't tell from far away. I don't want to end the stream because if they don't start it back, I won't be here when Austin Dillon wins. I'd like to be here when a winner's decided. Excuse me. Keep watching rain delays.
The new NASCAR docuseries on USA, Race for the Championship, will give you an all-access pass to the world of NASCAR like you've never seen it before. It premieres Thursday at 9 Central on USA. Again, the craziness of what is taking place here at the racetrack, a lightning strike just in the area once again, and so it's making it
another lightning strike
because of our cameras and such on pit road to be able to interview different drivers. But if we can get them back,
still raining on the front stretch,
room away from the antennas that a lot of our cameras have to use, we're able to talk to them, and Kyle Busch has moved over so that we can chat with him.
Oh god, a Kyle Busch interview, this will be good.
Rick, we're actually just looking at some of the replays here, trying to evaluate
got his rowdy energy.
Position-wise, we'll figure all that out later. But what happened is you went off the
Kyle Busch has scored 6th right now.
Honestly, it just was the previous lap. There was nothing there, and then that lap it was just...
See, he's saying there was nothing there the lap before.
What do? You know, you can't check up that fast. You just got to try to drive through.
So Kyle ain't even mad.
On the high side, and I saw water and saw everything, and everybody reckoned in front
of me. Other guys said it was raining the lap before, and Kyle just said it wasn't, and it didn't look like it was the lap before.
Everybody's coming up across the track in front of me, so, you know, I was then just trying to figure out everybody to slide back down and get out of the way, and then for me to continue on my merry way. But, yeah, there's just really nothing you can do in that situation. It was way too late to call anything, and overall, I felt good about.
And Kyle Busch being the one reasonable guy about this whole situation.
Ran up front, led some laps, won a stage, so I'd love it to be over right now. Like rain hard.
It's a little damaged right now.
Yeah, we're a little damaged right now, so you know, it would be better off for us to just see the rain so we can just load it up and take our lumps with the finish that we got right here and go on.
We'll see what happens here. Let's talk a little bit about the racing. That was intense from the drop of the green flag. Was that some?
Yeah, Kyle Busch is weirding me out.
Yeah, I don't know if it was just a lack of practice where we fired off.
Yeah,
was like
Colic Racing already changing Kyle Busch's whole demeanor.
Why are we doing this right now on lap 2, lap 3? And so I rolled out, and I went to the back, and I'm getting my footing and everything right. And just
yeah, he's all happy and shit. Something's up. Something's up.
We were able to collect
Kyle Busch is happy.
Today, which was good. So,
he's been acting like this for the last week, too. This has been weird. Weird, open, friendly Kyle Busch. I don't like.
And so, again, yeah, just a good effort today, and would love to, I don't know, I think I said it already, but would love to see this one over.
Yeah, of course. And I want to talk about that because you had such a fast car.
Can Blaney pass enough cars to get back in? No, he's too many laps down.
A lot of drivers were saying it was tough to pass.
Truex is on the lead lap.
It was tough to pass.
Austin Dillon's going to win.
You know, when the lanes were stuck side by side.
Truex is top 10 on the lead lap. Blaney's fucked.
Once things start to maneuver around and you
Blaney needs this race to go back and have Harvick or Cindric or Kyle Busch or fuck Reddick win or something. Hell, Reddick was in the fucking wreck, so he'd need a repeat winner.
Sometimes the wrecks start to happen, but majority.
So now Blaney's not going to even remotely be in contention for anything here.
Moving forward and keeping their lane ahead of the other lane coming.
Do you think some of that could be the drivers that came in here knowing that they had to win to get
like
they were up front, just making moves that maybe low percentage moves, just trying to put themselves up front?
Yeah, definitely. You know, we knew going in, right? This is the perfect race at the perfect time on the schedule for the unknowns and for just the opportunities for others that are on the outside looking in. And so I think we're kind of seeing that right now, obviously, with the 3 at the top of the pylon. And then, you know, some unfortunate circumstances for some other guys, obviously, that might transpire here with and if.
Remember when I said put Landon Castle in Corey's car this weekend and he'll win because Corey's a big baby? Castle's third.
Was this,
I said that this week.
Showed so much speed. How much momentum does that build?
Well, I mean, you look at the season as a whole and the Toyotas, and so we've been really fast at 1.5 mile, 2 mile, 2.5 mile racetracks. You know, we struggle a little bit when you get below that mile of a racetrack. So feel like Darlington can be good for us. We ran well there in the early spring, so we'd like to get back there and have another.
And then left your car on pit road.
And start off our playoffs with a good roll, and then we'll see what happens from there.
Well, we know he wants it to finish because of the state of his car right now, but had a lot of speed out there, built a little momentum. And the playoffs for Kyle Busch.
Still raining on the front stretch.
Point standings. Again, Austin Dillon being scored as the race leader right now has him in front of Martin Truex Jr. And of course that bumps Ryan Blaney out, who is 12 points back from Martin Truex Jr. if we have another new winner this season.
Still just sitting around. Well, yeah, Blaney's going to gain a lot of spots, but it doesn't mean anything if Truex is still running. Jeff Gluck said Truex walked into the room a few minutes ago, saw Austin Dillon, said, "Dude, didn't you just get the lucky dog?" He said, Austin Dillon said, "Yeah, I just got it."
Waiting out the weather, and a reminder, the IMSA WeatherTech racing from VIR, that's coming up directly after us. Some great racing there for sports cars. Again, the IMSA WeatherTech will be right after us, as you see the three teams still doing the rain dance. Hopefully that this continues as Austin Dillon is up front. We have Senior Vice President of Competition, Scott Miller, with us for NASCAR. Scott, obviously, these are difficult situations with the weather and the rain, the lightning in the area. The accident happens in terms
we got the NASCAR spin doctor in the booth. Look out.
The lap previously, there was no rain in that area. And then when they
Rick Allen's like, there was no rain.
So in this situation, do you think NASCAR could have done anything different than what you did?
Well, I really don't. We were on top of
Scott Miller, spin doctor, Senior Vice President of Spin.
In touch with the spotters up top, the pace car. And, you know, we had all the information that we thought. You know, we'd been dodging a little bit of weather, obviously, for a little while. Nothing had hit. And, you know, all of a sudden there was that shower that I guess the pace car was sitting down there on the inside. It was still dry when they wrecked. And if you watch the end car, you could see that some rain definitely.
I disagree. It wasn't completely dry when they wrecked.
Before they wrecked. But we really couldn't. We couldn't do it.
I'd be stunned if Kyle Busch ended up in the 48. Obviously, I don't think that's going to happen. I think he's going to wind up in the 16.
So just a super bad situation for everybody.
Yeah, and that process is basically, you know, you have the pace car. You also have corner workers. That's basically it. Those are the spotters around the track to let you know the conditions.
Kyle has a deal, and it's not with Hendrick. I know that.
Gigantic. It's 2.5 miles around. I want to talk about another process, right? So there's this big wreck, and now we're sitting under the red. We don't know if it's going to end the race or not. The process of the running order. From my understanding, if you're in the wreck in any manner, you basically are then in the accident. If anyone works their way through the wreck, like as I see, there's so many cars, so many accidents. The 3 is determined to get through clean without an issue. But because the race is still continuing, use loops, not cameras at this point. You know, we get the 3 down here looking good, and then the 4 kind of drives off into the wreck. So the 3 looks like the one that gets clearly through it in my mind. But how does that explain to me how you set the running order in chaos like this?
So the first thing we reference is the loop, the scoring loop on the racetrack. That was the last one that they passed before the caution came out.
And that's electronic, right? When you hit the button for the yellow.
That is, yeah. And so everybody will have passed that loop, and that's the first thing we look at for an order.
We love hearing about scoring loops.
Beyond that, you have to maintain speed. So everybody that was wrecking and all of that got in the wreck kind of gets placed in the order how they kind of came out and sort of maintained speed. So the 3 made it through there clean, and that's who's leading right now. And honestly, they're still over there sorting out the rest of the field, but that's how we came up with the 3.
Yeah, and thankfully in this situation, I think it's very clear to me that 3 of Austin Dillon went through unscathed, and Truex just told us, he goes, I just stopped. Everybody was wrecking, so I just stopped. Yeah. So, and now you see the cars pulling off out of the accident. So, fortunately, I think the race winner and the guy that we're looking at points, to your point, kind of both got through clean.
And Scott, the question now is, with 20 laps left in this race, and as you mentioned, you can't predict the weather, how long do you wait? What is it that you do as far as to determine if this race gets called?
Well, I think it's our responsibility to, make sure that we give a fair chance to get back to green flag racing. A lot on the line here, and we're gonna watch the radar, watch the lightning, and put in our best effort to get back going under green.
I feel bad for you. It's been quite the week. We have Kurt Busch removing his waiver, come to one of the craziest races of the year. Weather in the area, it's been busy over in the NASCAR section.
It's been busy. It's always busy over there.
Yeah, no, it is for sure. When we come here, talk about if we do restart this race, right? Like, at that point, as long as we don't have a lightning delay, and the goal is to try to finish the race, cars that are on pit road, how does the DVP and all this work? That's all electronic, right? If people can fit, we saw the 12 earlier get off the DVP, the damaged vehicle policy. That's how he could continue. But now with 21 to go, these cars that are out of the race, they just continue to lose laps. Other guys can move around. That's how the whole scoring process works.
Yeah, that's right. And the ones sitting on pit road with damage will have to leave pit road if they're able, and then come back to pit road, and then the DVP clock will start, and their 6-minute cycle of trying to repair their car will start then.
Looks like it might have stopped raining on the front stretch.
We discuss, and then it can fall somewhere between these crazy gray areas that we never could think of when it comes to some of these rules.
Yeah, and Scott, we appreciate you spending time coming over here and explaining all this.
Kiss his ass, Rick Allen.
The weather behind us, as you can see, just over our shoulder, it continues to get worse. And so you've got people that are watching the radar, the lightning strikes, and you mentioned, you want to do, because there's so many things in play right now, you want to do what's best for the entire competition, but it is official once you get past halfway point of this race. So you do have an official race in front of you. It's just how long you want to wait to see if there's a possibility of getting the last 20 laps.
This is why
absolutely, and we're gonna make our best effort to try to get back to green flag racing.
Still raining on the front. It looked like it wasn't. Now it is again.
Thank you, Scott.
For sure.
Yeah, appreciate it.
All right. We'll let you get back to the guys over there that are making all these decisions. I know that Steve O'Donnell is probably waiting for you to come back to chat with him.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, I really appreciate Scott coming over.
Who spun the pace car?
During a red flag with a lot of things happening to kind of educate the fans on the rules. And how
Spin doctors.
And, I'm a huge fan of Scott Miller. He was my crew chief. I worked with him at RCR.
I was a Steve Miller man myself.
Together.
Keep on rocking me, baby.
It's a complicated sport, and it's really hard to understand and know all the rules. And when we have these opportunities for NASCAR to come over, take some time and say,
And
okay,
Ty Dillon was about to win that
really
race.
Appreciate that.
That would have been worse.
In this sport, we still get a little confused sometimes. Just
No shit.
To just
Well, when the rules change on a biannual basis, it's real easy to get confused.
It's we don't know when they mash the button that brings that yellow out. We see at points. Cody Ware's ahead of the 3 car. There's there's differences in the running order, and you know, we just have to take their word for when they mash that button and that caution is out, they go back to the loop before, and that's the running order. It's not their, it's not, you know, they're not over there writing that running order. That's spit out by a machine, you know. That's digital, and so we just kind of have to trust what they're telling us, and you know, sometimes that's difficult, especially it's easy up here. It's easier up here to sit up here and go, okay, man, that's the way it is. But when you're down there inside that car, you know, just like Justin Haley. I mean, he believes that it was raining the last time. We watch it on video. We don't see anything. We got other drivers saying other things. You know, but in his mind, he believes it, that they should have thrown that yellow. They had time to do it, and I'm angry. You know, and I've been in that position too. I didn't lose that spot to that guy. When the caution come out, I was ahead of him. You know, I've had that same argument, that same fight as a driver. You see it a whole lot different.
Yeah, and you know, when they do push that button, it's a timestamp. So it's a digital recording of, okay, here's where everybody was locked in. But then it gets complicated because then, you know, if you're a Kevin Harvick fan, you're like, he was leading when the caution came out. But yes, he got in the wreck. He couldn't maintain pace. So it just you know, it really isn't that complicated. It's kind of a little bit of common sense. If your guy's leading and he gets in a wreck and he can't maintain speed, you have to maintain a reasonable amount of speed, and it's really no more complicated than that in regard to all that stuff. But you know, this has been a trying week for NASCAR as far as trying to get all these things done. Weather's been in the area all weekend long. We've seen some great racing. I mean, the Xfinity race yesterday was great. This race so far has been really compelling, a lot on the line.
Austin Dillon with the James Bushert move of the race.
Give every competitor a chance, because we talk about the championship and we talk about the opportunity for guys making the playoffs, but there's more at stake. Being top 25 in points is a major deal. It's a massive difference in money from being 24th, 26th. That's a major difference. Those guys are racing for that too. So there's a lot on the line for a lot of
NASCAR needs to get this race going to save their asses. I mean, they kind of can't, because they already kind of, sort of, maybe caused a bunch of cars to get wrecked. But, you know, they'd look a lot better if this got back going again.
Yeah, as you mentioned that, behind us, you know, the rain is definitely settling back in. When you look at this wreck, the other thing we want to talk about is, we keep saying maintaining speed. The other thing you can't be is in the wreck. And, you know, people say, how do you determine somebody's in the wreck? Well, listen, forget finishing order. That's determined because we have this damaged vehicle policy. So they know every car that they feel was involved in the accident. That's determined. That is how the damaged vehicle policy goes through. So really, you know, I think the 4 of Kevin Harvick had the chance to win the race because he kind of misses the first wreck. And then watch right here as we're going to spin. I'm going to watch this 4 car. They all start to wreck. And then a gap opens up. We freeze it right here, right? The 4 car is going to get in the gas, and the door closes. And that was, I'm going to tell you, if he gets through that hole, the 4 car of Kevin Harvick is perhaps going to be the guy that got through unscathed and was ahead of the 3. But unfortunately, he wasn't, right? He ended up getting into the wreck. That was a great move by Harvick that didn't work out. So, you know, there is this process to determine who's in the wreck and who isn't, because it goes to the damaged vehicle policy, and that is important because it eliminates cars all the time in races. So, as opposed to this, right on board, right? So he sees the wreck, and he has a pretty good chance to be involved right here. Unfortunately,
that is
21 slides back.
That is a great camera shot right there on the roof of that car, because I was wondering about Cody Ware in the 51, and so Austin goes by Cody as you see the green light still blinking right here. Green light, another green light up there. So that tells me that NASCAR hasn't hit that button yet, hasn't spit out the running order just yet.
Well, even the 4 car, you know, so see the rain, now everybody's wrecking. Looks like Kevin Harvick's going to win this race, but he ends up getting in the wreck as well. It's just a mess. I mean, there's no other way to say it. I will say this, guys, and I appreciate Scott coming over here, and I do agree with him. I don't know what they could have done different, but that doesn't mean that we as the industry don't need to look to make it better, right? I mean, we can say, hey, don't know what we could have done different. Well, we got to figure a way to do it different in the future. And we got to always learn and be willing to make things better so that this doesn't happen again. This isn't good for anybody. Nobody wants this. What technology, what is it out there that we could use in the future?
Is there a sensor that could be on the racetrack somewhere where it says, hey, you've got this much precipitation that's there? But even then, things happen so fast in this sport, that would have been a split-second decision if a caution would have come out even just before they got to this.
Man, it's so frustrating. I mean, you're
driving one of these race cars, you trust, don't even think about the track being an issue, right? And even in practice, when they drop that green flag, you leave pit road and you are going. You're not riding around looking for the track to be okay. They've told you it's okay because they opened it, and drivers can't think any different and shouldn't think any different.
The last shot we showed there was a great shot because where they wrecked, and then
next commercial, I'm going to stop the stream. I think they're going to start it back later, but it's going to take a while. If not, then I guess we won't be here to see Austin Dillon win, or react to it anyway.
Like that. You still get a look at Austin Dillon. He's sitting back there. It's alternate victory lane right now, but he's sitting in there waiting out because he is currently the race leader if this continues.
Yeah, with the Lightning, some of our movements around the racetrack are restricted, but it's we got a good update. All the drivers involved have been released from the Infield Care Center, so it was great to see. That 99 takes a big turn up the hill, and there's just so much going on right there. You can watch the wreck 100 times and find another hit or another spin or move. So. Hey, we talked about this before we came here. We knew something.
Well, this was certainly an experience. I'm not going to sit here and hang out on stream in fucking silence. We'll be back later, maybe, if it starts back. But, yeah, just keep an eye on it. I'm going to take a break. If not, congratulations, Austin.